close. This close. Hey, it's MJ, folks, and I'm here by myself because Froggy and Roxanne are all jammed and kermungulated up into the I-275 traffic jam right now on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Hey, I hate to mess up your morning, but if you're headed I-275 southbound and you're coming from Tampa, heading to St. Pete, and you got to cross the Howard Franklin southbound, All right, you're screwed. I mean, it's not terrible, but there's a car accident involving 3 vehicles, and I got by in the nick of time. I saw the brake lights, and I'm like, oh, no, jeez, am I going to be doing the opening of the show from my car on the phone? Like I said, this close. Roxanne, I just talked to her a few minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, and I said, hey, you get the brake lights yet? She says, no, I'm about to hit the hump on the bridge. I'm about to hit the bridge up on, get to the high point. And then I said, well, get ready. Get ready. As soon as you can see down, you're going to start seeing the brake lights. You're going to see the sea of red. And, oh, boy, here it comes. And then she was totally stopped. I told her to get over to the far right. That's where I eked by. You've got a white. I just posted pictures on my IG. Froggy. Yeah. Dude, okay, where have you? Dude, where have you? Did you get into the traffic?
Yes, I was stuck in traffic for about 15 minutes.
Okay, all right, but it seems like you were ahead of Roxanne.
Yes,
did
probably.
Did you see the white car all spun around?
I did.
In the middle
and then
of
the other car was smashed against the.
Well, there are 2 vehicles. There's like a box truck and then another car. They're pulled over to the shoulder about, 75 yards, 100 yards past where the white car, what is that? I took a picture of it. It looks like is that a Chevy Cruze or something? No, that's a Toyota. Yeah, it's a white Toyota that spun around. So he's headed northbound in the southbound lanes, all bashed up, and that's a problem. See, when you're heading I-275 southbound, you don't want to have your car suddenly facing northbound when you're heading south.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Looks like everybody's okay, though.
You know what? I saw the guy limping out of the car, though.
Oh.
Yeah. So I saw a male limping out of his white vehicle, and the vehicle is sort of in the left lane. So spun around in the left lane and facing the wrong way. There's a yellow hard hat, and it looked like the guy might have had like some construction clothing on. Mm-hmm. So the dude works in some kind of construction trade. I took 3 pictures quickly as I drove by, and they're on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. Certified MJ Radio. Now, you're typically somewhat in sync with me because, I'll pop into the parking lot and I'll see your truck already in the back or we're pulling in at the same time, and you kind of hang out in the back lot for an additional 15 minutes or so.
I got to get myself pumped up and ready to come in.
I think it's called medicating, but that's a whole different deal. So I didn't see you this morning. So I was ahead of you this morning. Now, Roxanne's a different story. Let me buzz up Roxanne.
Must have been far behind.
Yeah, let me see if Roxanne is all jammed up in this still. Hang on a minute. 727-5. Okay, calling Roxanne's cell phone. Look at this. Roxanne's just walked in. I don't need to call your cell phone. Although if you'd like to answer it, Roxanne, go ahead and answer it.
Hello. I play this game with my kids. I never know how to play. Hello.
Hey, Roxanne. Good morning. How are you? All right, I'm hanging up on you now. So Roxanne just walked into the studio. So I think you got a little lucky as well by being able to eke by. Now, is the car still spun around?
There were 2 cars that were facing opposite direction. So you guys keep talking about one car, but I saw one white car facing, the opposite way, like it had spun out, and then another, I think it was a blue car.
Okay, then that was blocked. As I was passing that, there must have been some traffic that was blocking as I was getting all the way over to the right, because I have pictures of the white car spun out facing the wrong direction. So I took some pictures as I passed by at 2 miles an hour.
And then right past that white car, there's another car facing the same direction as the white car.
Okay, I did not. So there must have been cars blocking that, but then there was also a box truck and another vehicle on the right shoulder. So 4 cars altogether?
4 cars altogether.
Okay, all right.
And then there were, as I passed by, there were 2 police trucks.
All right, so they already got there then.
They got there and they were blocking it. Starting to block that left lane.
There were no police when I was there. There was just the off-duty cop making, good coin to flash his lights on the shoulder for the construction crews building the new bridge. So that vehicle was there, but that was maybe just before the hump, probably. So again, I-275 southbound Howard Franklin Bridge. it's going to jam up. So I think we all got lucky. I eked by. I must have gotten there 1 minute after the crash, maybe a minute and change, and then I thought you were going to be in worse shape. As soon as I saw Froggy, I'm like, all right, Froggy must have been right behind me, was able to eke by. And did you stay all the way right?
I stayed all the way right, even though my instincts told me to get in the middle at one point.
No.
And I stayed all the way right, and I moved right through.
So I gave you a hot tip.
That was a hot tip.
Hot tip.
Yep.
Hot tip.
Hot tip.
I called Roxanne, and I said, Roxanne, you're going to hit brake lights. Accident, Howard Franklin Bridge. There's a white car all spun around. I didn't see the other car spun around. That must have been blocked. So I call Roxanne. Roxanne picks up, and I said, Roxanne, stay all the way to the right, and you should be able to squeeze through before this really gets all jammed up over the hump. I'm sure it's getting all nasty right now.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be. Does that not freak you out when you see a car spun out like that on the bridge? Because I've spun my car out before on the highway. Like I was on I-75.
What the hell? Why do you spin your car out on the highway?
I was on I-75 and I was driving to Gainesville and somebody got on and just pulled
You
right
going to
in.
the swamp?
Yeah, I spun.
Go to get drunk in the swamp?
No, yeah, right. Of course.
Yep.
At the bar there. But the guy pulled out in front of me, or girl, and my car spun out, but I spun out into a ditch. And so my point is, if you're on a bridge and there are just those 4 lanes there, like they're lucky they didn't flip over the top of the bridge.
Well, I'm not worried about that really. But anyway. So
hey, why didn't you give me the hot tip? What's up with that?
Dude, I called you. Check your phone. You never pick up your phone. Go look at missed calls.
I was listening to YouTube.
You never pick up your phone. There could be one of Elon Musk's.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Damn right I did. I tried to call you to give you the hot tip.
5:54 a.m. That's a little late for a hot tip.
No, that was not 5:54.
Oh, Roxanne called me too.
No, that must have been Roxanne.
I was going to give you a hot tip as well.
I called you much earlier than that. And the fact is, you never pick up your phone.
I was listening to my favorite YouTube show.
Listen to me. There could be an Elon Musk Starlink satellite about to fall out of orbit and smash through your house in Town and Country. I would be calling you frantically. Froggy, I figured out the trajectory. Get everyone out of the house. You wouldn't pick up the phone.
It depends on listening to YouTube.
You never pick up your phone.
When I'm listening to YouTube on the way in, it cancels out my phone calls.
You have never picked up the phone ever.
I pick up the phone when they're important calls, not when you call me.
You never pick up the phone. I try to call you, so why didn't you call me? Because you never pick up the phone. I did call you. Wow. All right. All right, folks, I'm sorry if you're jammed up in traffic, I-275 southbound. Could have been a lot worse for all of us. We might have been late doing the show on the phone again. I mean, come on. I mean, how do you get into an accident? I mean, the traffic's not that heavy.
Stop. It happens to everybody.
Oh, man.
That's why they're called accidents.
No, it's idiot drivers. All right, back in a second.
Well, just like you heard, we got this problem on the Howard Franklin, St. Pete side of the hump, inside lane, several vehicles. Some are turned around. We're going to need some tow trucks to get them out of there. It'll be with us a while. This is headed into Pinellas County, Howard Franklin accident, and it is on the St. Pete side of the hump. Delays are there. Keeping you updated. I'm Pat George.
From the Rubenstein Law Traffic Center.
Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning's hottest summer sale is going on right now. 15.
Fester's on vacation. If you were listening to yesterday's show, you heard a little bit of Fester. We called him during the Truth Booth because it was the triumphant return of Hal Hermann, the froggy, obnoxious character.
He got a lot of positive feedback from that spectacular performance yesterday.
Yeah, the Hal Hermann return. We had a listener named Teresa email us last week, and she said to me, hey, what happened to Hal Hermann? Why don't we hear Hal Hermann? And, I brought it up. I read the email on the air, and then miraculously, what do you know? Yesterday, Tuesday, Froggy's back with Hal Hermann. Well, what a shocker, huh?
If the listeners request it, I'll do it. But if you do, I won't.
Oh, thank you. So, what were you just talking about impossible to go to that many concerts?
Well, I was just looking at my Instagram, and I saw that Wacky Jackie, our good friend here on the show.
Oh, Wacky Jackie from our sales department. Wacky Jackie, who many of you know, and she does a lot of the funny photoshops that
Very
we post.
talented.
Yeah, she's got skills.
So what's going? Because I heard you say something about Jimmy Buffett, and
I was saying that she posted that she saw this band, Love and Rockets. Have you heard of them?
Yeah,
the one-hit wonder.
Yeah, So in Love.
What song do they play?
So Alive. Yeah, So Alive. So in Love was OMD, minor hit. So
she went to go see them.
So Alive.
And she was, I guess... Oh, God. Please stop.
I'm trying to sing the song, but I don't know the words, so I'm just kind of fake. I'm fake mouthing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm doing slur mouthing, fake lyric mouthing.
So she posted
So
that...
Alive.
Oh, I'm going to slap you in your throat. Jesus. Stop.
Go ahead.
She just posted that she saw this band, Love and Rockets. She saw them live last night, I guess. And she
up in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she said like a month ago that she was going to see So Alive's, what is it, Love and Rockets. She was going to see Love and Rockets.
She got invited by like the band or something.
Yeah. Didn't she get an invitation from one of the band members?
Well, apparently she reached out on social media to one of the band members, and they personally invited her.
Yeah.
Backstage or something. So
there's pictures of her backstage with them, and she posted that she's seen them over 300 times live.
How is that possible?
And I'm like, wait.
They had one hit back in like 19. This is the song.
Okay, yeah.
So alive,
I'm so alive.
baby, at my head.
Yeah, that's it. That's the song.
They're
But I'm
catchy
thinking to
lyrics.
myself, I've seen Jimmy Buffett 15 times, and I think that's a lot.
That is a lot.
And that took me like 20 years.
They're about to start singing here. Baby. Don't know what color your eyes. See, I was pretty close. I went. I was close.
You were so close.
So alive.
The point is, she says that she's seen them over 300 times, and I think that is an impossibility.
How is that possible?
I mean, have they had 300 performances? And I mean, that's a lot of travel time for Jackie.
Does she mean she's heard that song 300 times?
I don't know if she's been lucid 300 days in her life,
Oh,
though.
stop it.
No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. All right.
So I'm saying, like, it took me about 20 years to see Jimmy Buffett 15 times. I mean, how could she have seen this band 300 times?
That's impossible. It is. I don't know
it
how.
It must be.
300 times.
Well,
hold on. Was last night in Atlanta 301?
I don't know. She posted after seeing them over 300 times live.
Maybe it was like hyperbole, like I've seen them a million times. Maybe it was just an expression.
Kind of specific.
Yeah. So, and Froggy's a huge Jimmy Buffett fan, which I don't understand. I don't get the whole Buffett thing.
Tampa Bay Parrot Head for 20 years.
Whenever I mention that I really don't, I don't dislike Jimmy Buffett. It
don't
just
piss me off.
Well, the point is that Froggy gets angry at me if I say anything, not even negative. If I don't have like outright overt support, and if I don't fawn over Jimmy Buffett, Froggy gets angry at me. And you know what? It's not just Froggy. There are like a couple of listeners that come close to threatening my life for not like being part of the Jimmy Buffett Parrot Head fan flub.
For not showing.
It's not fan flubbed, okay? It's a lifestyle choice, okay? It's living the Margaritaville lifestyle.
And if you're a Jimmy Buffett fan, do you go to Margaritaville? Do you go to the restaurant?
No, that's selling out, man. That's like wearing a Jimmy Buffett shirt to a show.
What about now? Are there still Margaritavilles?
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess there. Where's the closest Margaritaville to us?
I don't know, but I saw the Margaritaville cruise. They have cruise lines.
Roxanne, can you look that up?
Yeah, I'm
Where
looking
is
it
the
up right now.
closest?
I think it's Orlando, I would have to say.
Is that what your guess is?
That's what my
Is that your
guess
final
is.
answer?
Yeah, I think Orlando at the Universal City Walk deal.
Roxanne's looking it up.
Let's go. You want to have lunch?
The Google expert, Roxanne.
Yeah,
and then what about Cheeseburger in Paradise?
Okay.
That's another restaurant.
Oh, I actually met Jimmy Buffett at a Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Of course you did.
Mm-hmm.
And what, you massaged his feet, right?
He has nice feet, actually.
Does he
Very
really?
well, nice and tan.
It was in Omaha, Nebraska.
Hold on, hold on. You're at Margaritaville.
No, Cheeseburgers in Paradise.
No, I didn't ask about that. I asked about Margaritaville.
Yeah, but you just said, where did I meet Jimmy Buffett?
Hold it. You met Jimmy Buffett at a Cheeseburger in Paradise in Omaha, Nebraska?
Yeah, it was a grand opening.
What the hell were you doing in Omaha, Nebraska?
Someone I was with was there with Jimmy.
Who were you?
What?
Wait a minute. Who were you with?
I don't talk about.
Oh my God! We all open up our lives, and then you like shut the door. I mean,
I don't talk about my past.
You're not that important, Roxanne.
Yes, she is.
I don't think that I'm that important, but I'm not like I have to like respect my family.
Oh, come on! Who were you? Who were you in?
I was with a friend of mine who was. They were opening up a restaurant, like the Cheeseburger Paradise.
Just tell the story. Who? What? Where? When? Why? I mean, come on.
A friend of mine named Pan.
What?
Pan?
Oh my God! I mean, really?
You have a friend named Pan?
It's not that complicated.
How long ago was this?
This was in 2000. Let me see, 7-ish.
You
maybe?
can't talk about something from 16 years ago.
I just
Something
gave
sounds
you
fishy.
Oh my
all
God!
the pertinent details.
The things that you put up a gate on are just unbelievable.
Okay, let me.
I don't
give
want
you
to
the
tell you who I
facts.
was at Cheeseburger in Paradise in Omaha,
I just-
Nebraska with in
I just-
2007.
I just told
It's
you.
a national secret.
2007? Cheeseburger in Paradise?
What?
Who are you with?
I just told you, Jimmy Buffett and some other people there, and it was a grand
jeez.
opening.
I mean,
What other information do you need to know?
You put up your guard over the. I'm sorry. I think just some of the most ridiculous things.
I think it's very
I don't
funny.
want to tell.
Was it an ex you probably don't want to talk about?
It's just a friend of mine who I was there
No,
with.
you stop short. It's like I could hear the skid marks going and everything.
I'm still trying to find a damn Margaritaville locations. Here we go.
So that's what I asked for originally. Where the hell's Margaritaville? Froggy, you think there's one in Orlando?
Well, I know there's one in Orlando. I don't
Okay.
know if there's one closer.
Nassau. We go to Bahamas. Go to
Hold on. Is there one in Orlando?
I'm going down the list. I don't.
Just type in Margaritaville, Orlando.
L-M-N.
Palm Springs, California.
Oh my
Key
God.
West, Florida. Nashville, Tennessee. Jacksonville Beach.
Okay. Anyway, hey.
Orlando, yes.
Okay.
We found one.
So, all
Okay.
right. So there are Margaritavilles still, but Cheeseburger in Paradise. Are they still? I don't know if they're.
I don't
might
know if
be,
that's still around.
I don't
Well,
know if that concept is still here.
Didn't Outback try to run that gig?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So Outback, I think, gave Jimmy Buffett a fortune, and Outback opened up the Cheeseburger in Paradises. I was at a Cheeseburger in Paradise once in Virginia Beach. It was right next to the Carrabba's at the Lynn Haven Mall on Lynn Haven Parkway. And when we were visiting Michelle's grandparents back in probably the early 2000s, mid 2000s, there was a Cheeseburger in Paradise there. That was the only time I ever ate at a Cheeseburger in Paradise. I don't think, are there any more of those, or are they all closed?
Well, it says the chain operated between 2002 and 2020.
Okay, so they
So I think
closed
they
the last
closed them.
ones back in
Yes.
2020. Yeah, it didn't take off for whatever reason.
Because I took a bunch of clients there one time.
I think Outback took a little financial hit on that because
It was gross. It wasn't good when I went. I was so upset because I was like, we're going to Cheeseburger Paradise, boys.
where was this? Where was this location?
I think we were in Texas another time.
Right.
Texas again.
So you were with clients?
I was with some
Some big wigs in the big wigs in the independent mom and pop hardware industry
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you were trying to sell some racks to.
and we went and it was the pits. Like we got like nachos and they were like soft and the burger was burnt.
No.
So I could sort of understand why. I was like, sorry guys, I'm a big Buffett
It's
fan.
cheeseburger in hell.
Listen, I don't want to make any disparaging comments, but I was excited to try a burger place. This is probably 12 years ago. I'm trying to think of how old the kids were. The kids still remember it. So it was a burger place that had rolled out in South Tampa. So maybe 10, 12 years ago.
What was it called?
You know what?
You don't want to say?
Yeah. So,
imagine that. Someone doesn't want to disclose information publicly.
That's different. That's different than who were you at Cheeseburger in Paradise with in Omaha, Nebraska. So I don't even know if this burger concept is still around, but there was a burger concept, South Tampa, and kind of just off Dale Mabry. And I was excited to try it. I ordered a medium rare cheeseburger, and the thing comes out, and I was looking for the Lightning logo and the NHL logo on the hockey puck that I was served. I was wait, let me take the butt off. I'm looking for the Lightning logo on here. Seriously, I ordered a medium rare cheeseburger, and this thing came out like a chunk of meteorite that just fell from the sky.
It's a piece of coal.
I mean, it was like, seriously, it was like they put a Kingsford charcoal briquette on in between two buns.
Here you go, sir.
And put some cheese on it.
Did you complain?
Yes, I did. And the kids were like horrified. I'm like, I got to send this back. I'm like, how do you order a medium rare cheeseburger and you end up with a hockey puck? How does that even happen?
That's basically how my cheeseburger was. Cheeseburger in Paradise.
All right. Hey, I've got early morons in the news next, folks. 6:32 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. It's a busy. And by the way, I never went back to that concept. One and done. That was it. One and done.
That's all it takes.
All right. Early morons in the news next. Busy Wednesday here on the MJ Morning Show, just getting rolling. I want to talk to you about two. Mamma mia, little Boccarini, a little calm before the storm. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, just some soothing classical music before we get into the death and destruction and the nastiness and the idiocy of morons in the news on the MJ Morning Show. Yes. Okay, you ready for the idiocy?
Ready.
Here we go. Man, I just heard a commercial of yours, man. You were sounding rough. No, seriously. We just had a commercial, one of Roxanne's endorsements, and it just sounded like you recorded that commercial after a hard night of drinking.
Let me tell you, it is tough being a woman in radio. You get criticized if your voice is too husky. You get criticized if it's too babyish.
No. Like right, you sound perfect now. You sound very normal. But the commercial that just ran during the commercial break,
right?
What was going on with your voice? I mean, it sounded like you were smoking 3 packs of cigarettes, drinking whiskey out of the bottle.
It was Camel cigarettes. Thank you. Yes. I don't know. I just had it like one of those.
You had a little bit of a huskiness last week, didn't you?
Last week I had some huskiness.
Yeah. What caused that?
I don't know. Talk to my vocal cords. I have no idea. I wasn't sick or anything. I just kind of had a little change in my voice. I don't know.
You're sounding, like a little bit of like a late night party animal last week, just a little bit. I'm just pointing it out. All right, listen to this. This Froggy, why you're like a mute over there?
My mic was off this whole time.
No, it wasn't.
It was. I tried to talk a few times.
All right, so this is just a beautiful family story. Florida man contracts flesh-eating bacteria infection from a relative's bite.
I mean, you don't ever want to get a flesh-eating bacteria infection, but you definitely don't want to get one after being bitten by somebody.
You're bitten by a relative and you get flesh-eating bacteria? what is that, like necrotizing fasciitis or something?
What does he have, a mouth of a monitor lizard? I don't understand.
That's a very good point. A Florida man, there you go, a Florida man nearly lost his leg when he contracted a nasty flesh-eating bacteria infection. He was bitten by a family member during a fight.
Hey, listen, in a fight, if you have to bite, I'm down with that.
Guess what? The Florida man is right here in the Tampa Bay area.
Old yuck mouth?
Donnie Adams. Anyone know Donnie Adams?
No.
Donnie Adams here in the Tampa Bay area, right here in the St. Petersburg area, as a matter of fact. Donnie Adams developed a small, painful bump after a relative chomped down on his right thigh. Wouldn't you love to know what this looked like? You get into a fight with a relative and they're biting your thigh? How does that transpire?
If you were going to bite someone in a fight, where would you bite someone? I would bite a thigh or a butt.
Well, imagine if you're tussling on the floor, man, and you're about to bite. You're just going to bite whatever's near your mouth.
So the bite, this was actually a couple of months ago, but what happened was he thought that he was developing, some kind of just a lesion, which he thought was somewhat harmless. But when he went to get a tetanus shot and some antibiotics, a couple of days later, he could barely walk. 52-year-old guy, Donnie Adams of St. Petersburg. He then went to Northside Hospital in St. Pete, and they rushed him immediately into surgery. And he said, I would have never imagined that a human bite would turn into something so horrific as flesh-eating bacteria. Man, I don't even want to read some of the details on when the doctor...
Read them.
No, I'm reading the story. There are pictures here. Wound care specialist Fritz Brink. Anyone know Fritz Brink? Is Fritz Brink an MJ Morning Show listener by any chance?
Fritz?
But man, this is the craziest stuff. About 70% of the tissue in Adams's thigh had to be removed during the surgery.
Oh my gosh. So he's going to have like one normal sized thigh and one just like
a little toothpick thigh.
Yeah.
all because a relative bit him on the thigh during a fight here in St. Pete.
Thanks for my atrophied thigh.
My God. Yeah, he had necrotizing fasciitis.
What? How disgusting was the biter? Was he like a homeless person that you see that has like hasn't brushed their teeth in like 10 years?
Right, dental care.
When's the last time they just like kind of swished around some Listerine?
Yeah, how about somebody talk to the family member who is bacteria-filled mouth?
How about some of those Listerine strips that melt in your mouth? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Something.
Some peroxide.
No, but this is really... Oh, that's gross. You ever gargle with peroxide?
Yeah, I have before.
I once had something with a gum or a tooth.
Yeah, and it gets all foamy.
You know what it was? I'll tell you what it was. Because I've always had all 32 of my teeth.
Would you have an abscess?
Yeah. So one of my wisdom teeth had a little bit of an abscess. This is some years ago because I never got rid of my wisdom teeth. And for the most part, for the bulk of my life, they were fine. And I had all 32 teeth in my mouth. Now I only have 31 because remember Dr. Adams yanked out one of my wisdom teeth about a year and a half ago. I'm sorry, not Dr. Adams. He's Dr. Childers. So Fester would have corrected me immediately. But Fester's not here. No, Dr. Childers, he pulled out one of my wisdom teeth. But I had a little like abscess from one of my wisdom teeth like 10, 12 years ago. And that was like the only problem I ever had. And I was instructed to gargle with peroxide.
Oh.
Yep.
And I tried it.
So gross.
I have never had anything grosser in my mouth.
It gets
you know what?
fizzy.
Guess what? It would have been better if I French kissed the relative that bit this guy on the thigh.
Yeah, that's hot.
How about French kiss somebody with rabies?
Oh my God.
Because that's what it feels like. Because when you do the peroxide, if you have like an infection like that, it would make your whole mouth go white and foamy.
Man, this is crazy. So, how, that, what is it, Capital One? What's in your wallet?
Yeah.
I can just hear, like, how clean is your relative's mouth,
Not very.
Apparently not. So, hopefully, you never get bitten by a relative with a filthy, bacteria-laden mouth. So much so that you get flesh-eating bacteria, necrotizing fasciitis. That's gross. Hey, who the hell would do this? Who would put pool acid on slides on a children's playground?
Oh, my gosh.
What?
We've had stories, and we've even had this locally. In the past, we've had stories where people have put, like, glass or razor blades on children's slides at parks. I know we've talked about this locally in the past, but this is sick. Out of Longmeadow, Massachusetts. This is why we call this Morons in the News. Local early edition sometimes. This is Longmeadow, Massachusetts, so this is a Massachusetts story. But 2 children suffered what is described as burn-like injuries after playing on a slide that had been doused with acid in a Massachusetts park. Who would do this?
That's horrific.
What kind of a sicko would want to hurt children?
Well, wouldn't that stuff dry on the slide, or doesn't matter?
I don't know, Froggy. Why don't you call up a muriatic acid expert? Call up Pinch a Penny Pool Center and maybe run it by them. So firefighters and police, they responded to Bliss Park in Longmeadow, Massachusetts on Sunday morning for a suspicious substance report on playground equipment. And firefighters and emergency medical technicians also went to a nearby home for a report of 2 children with burns who had just left the park. So they start putting 2 and 2 together. I mean, this is nuts. So the acid left mostly superficial blisters and swelling on the children's skin. But again, what kind of sicko would do this? The bottom of the slide where it was, there was a good amount of acid collected there. Authorities determined that someone broke into a storage room where chemicals were kept at the park swimming pool, stole some muriatic acid, and doused it on some of the playground equipment. Who would do such a disgusting, disturbing thing?
Jeez.
I always check slides and things like that when I take my kids to parks.
What do you swab them?
No.
You take it to a lab and hey, kids, hang on 3 days. Hang on, I just swabbed the slide. We got to come back in 3 days. We'll find out if.
Then we'll have to re-swab it and so you won't be able to go on it yet. No,
You're Rico Suave. Rico Suave.
So I don't really swab, but I do check just to see, mostly for bird poop or bugs.
Crack pipes.
Right. Needles.
Broken glass.
Yeah, some fentanyl residue or something.
Seriously, you do kind of have to look around the park. I don't think my parents did that when I was a kid. I think they just let me go and run.
Frog, it's not fentanyl. You did that on purpose.
You want a Froggy fun fact?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Here's some Rico Suave.
The first concert I ever saw was this guy.
Yeah.
Me too.
In CNC Music Factory.
Are you kidding me?
You went to that concert?
That was my first concert.
Are you guys kidding me?
No, they came to town.
Yeah, that was my first concert.
You guys were at the same concert?
You went to CNC Music Factory?
When you were teenagers?
Yes, Rico Suave. That was my first concert.
How old were you, Froggy?
Dude, I was like 11.
Oh, my God.
11, probably.
Yeah.
Roxanne was 26. All right. Hang. I'm sorry. All right. So
it was a great concert.
All right. Quick break. Back in a second. I still have Morons in the news, but, man, we got to move on. The reviews for Hal Hermann coming back yesterday were fantastic.
He's very happy.
Also, I got a warning. You could be federally charged. You have days. You have days to get this done, or else you could find yourself federally charged. What? I'll tell you next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Hey, window time. And what a shame that Fester's not here. Oh, don't forget, we've got tickets to give away. 9 o'clock hour. Make plans now. Do what you got to do to remember. 9 o'clock hour, we'll give away Foreigner and Loverboy tickets. They're going to be at the AMP, the Mid-Florida Credit AMP. It's going to be July 9th, and we've got your tickets, 9 o'clock hour. Listen, we'll tell you exactly when to call in. Also, make sure you always listen in the 9 o'clock hour because, well, it's top-notch material. And then also every morning at 9:10, we do the must-hear story of the day. Can't miss it. 9:10, big item this morning, plus tickets. I mean, what the hell more do you want? It's just an
jam-packed.
It's an amazing array, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the deadline is coming, folks. I just don't want to see you get charged federally. I'm trying to keep you out of trouble. I don't want the FBI banging on your door. I don't want you hauled off. I don't want you, dragged down to federal court here in downtown Tampa. Folks, the deadline is approaching. Warning, warning, warning. Deadline's approaching. Froggy.
What?
Roxanne. Andrew, our producer. Do you guys have any idea what the deadline is? Any idea? Yes? No?
The deadline of the life of the show.
What?
The deadline, your contract deadline?
Dude, I'm talking about federal charges. What?
Oh, God.
Oh,
boy.
Let me give you...
Oh! I know.
What?
I know.
What?
The dwarf in the laundromat.
No,
the statute of limitations is going to run out.
We already again?
We already passed that. And, man, that's a whole big deal. We're trying to release the incident with Shorty Shane and Fester at the laundromat down the street on 4th. That's a whole different project I'm working on. All right, folks, Daily Double Audio here. All right, here we go. Audio Daily Double. Let me give you a hint. Warning, don't get in federal trouble. Here is your audio hint.
Ladies and gentlemen, before you hear it on the news, I'm going to tell you myself. About an hour ago, we had an incident where one of the employees stuck their arm through the cage and a tiger tore her arm off. I can give you your money back, or I can give you a rain check. Why don't you come back at another date?
Of course, that's Joe Exotic.
Oh, a classic clip.
Joe Exotic from the whole Tiger King thing. Anything else you want to say, Joe?
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
I'm never going to make it out of federal prison for trying to put a hit on Carol Baskin.
Allegedly.
All right, come on. Do you know where I'm headed with this? Come on, let's go.
Oh, was he taunting someone?
It has to do with Joe Exotic.
Right?
Well, I'm giving you little breadcrumbs here. All right, I'm just going to...
Spit it out.
What about him?
If you have a big cat, so if you've got like a lion, a tiger...
Oh, I have one.
If you have what's classified as one of these big cats, one of these exotic big cats...
Yeah.
The federal deadline to register your animal is coming up on June 18th. Folks, we're 4 days away.
Oh, man, that was right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
Get your paperwork in.
Hey, listen, this is a public service laden radio show, all right? So if you happen to have a lion, a tiger, I guess what, a jaguar?
A bobcat?
A leopard? Hey, bobcat, I guess, would qualify.
A panther?
A puma?
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, good one.
A cheetah?
Yeah. Oh man, you're ripping them off right here. Look
Cat
at this.
lady right here.
You're ripping them out.
I follow a guy on YouTube.
Yep.
He has a whole YouTube channel. He has a bunch of normal cats, and then he has a bobcat that lives with him.
Come on, rip another one out. Come on, Rox, rip another one.
Did we say jaguar?
Oh,
disgusting.
Roxanne,
Sorry.
you're not supposed to do that.
Oh my God! Come on.
Sorry.
Clean that microphone.
That's what I ate for breakfast.
I tell you what. No, you were doing well.
I was doing well with the cats.
Whipping out the cats. All right. So the Big Cat Public Safety Act was passed by the Senate back in December, and it talks about big cats as prohibited wildlife species. It prohibits the private possession of big cats, and it comes to an end for individuals that are like in the trade of like breeding these animals. And, they're all cute and cuddly when they're like little bitty cubs and little pet little bitty tigers and lions. But then they turn into like face-chomping beasts.
Oh, they turn into animals.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, they're cute like a little puppy. But then they turn into very dangerous animals. So the bill, which was passed back in December, goes into effect, I guess it's June 18th. So the deadline for owners of big cats in the United States to register with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is 4 days away. And if you don't register your big cat, you can go to federal prison. You could be hit with fines, and you can have your big cat taken away. So heads up, 4 days and counting until you must register your big cat. And that includes if someone's got a real fat cat, you know those folks that have like a, like a regular house cat that's 47 pounds, size of like a second grader. You've seen those.
Oh, yeah.
We've all known people that
For sure.
have cats that are just obese.
Yeah.
They're cute that way. They're adorable. Like
My 1,000-pound cat. You ever see that show?
1,000-pound cat sisters.
Yeah. All right. It's too bad Fester's not here. This is very disappointing, actually, because Krispy Kreme has announced they're looking for a chief donut dreamer.
a dreamer, like you just dream up great flavors, or
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Dreamer.
Donut dreamer.
Dreamer.
Ooh,
Yeah, so the chief donut dreamer is open to all Krispy Kreme donut fans nationwide through June 18th. Look at that. You got to register your big cat by June 18th, and the contest for the chief donut dreamer over at Krispy Kreme is open until the 18th. And what they're looking for is someone to dream up new flavors, new varieties of Krispy Kreme donuts.
Ooh.
And if you're chosen as the chief donut dreamer, they're going to fly you to visit the Krispy Kreme innovation team at their headquarters in Charlotte, North Carolina. And there you'll help the team develop a new donut. Man, this is right
okay,
up,
I have one right now. Yeah,
this is right up Fester's alley.
Who
but
wants?
he's not here.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Spicy mayonnaise donut with it's like the glaze of it is spicy mayonnaise, and then there's like a sweet glaze, and then on top is crumbled up tempura chips. Yes or no?
God, that sounds horrible.
I want to throw up.
We should submit horrible cat litter donuts.
Oh my
Cat
God.
doo-doo donuts.
That sounds horrific, Roxanne.
Roxanne, that'll make everyone sick.
Oh, I got a great one. A pickled herring donut.
Oh,
Ew.
that'd be
So
so good.
you get
Ew.
a raspberry glaze on top, and inside it's pickled herring.
Dude, that would be so good.
What do you think?
It's like a British dish.
Oh my God. Well, we also have the spotted dick donut. What do you think about that?
Actually, I bet you that would be good. I'll take a spotted dick donut, please.
Spotted dick, by the way, is a famous dessert in the UK. Spotted
Yes,
dick,
of
yes, it
course.
is. I believe they had lots of spotted dick at the coronation of King Charles.
Famous in King Ralph. They talk about the spotted.
By the way, the fan faves collection of popular donuts that were on the menu for the last 4 years, and I guess some of these originated from people that were donut dreamers and working with the team. There was a banana pudding donut, strawberries and cream donut, chocolate cream pie, key lime pie, and anchovy Boston cream.
What? You made that up.
I did. Can you
Anchovy
imagine? Can you imagine the Boston cream stuff inside it?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Chunks of anchovies
That would make me throw up.
with a chocolate swirl on top.
Ew.
How about a French onion soup donut?
Oh,
That'd be good.
melted cheese on top.
Yeah.
And then inside, it's like soaked bread and pieces of onion inside.
Yeah, that'd be good, actually.
Oh, man, Krispy Kreme French onion soup donut.
You guys like that, but you don't like my spicy mayonnaise one?
Oh, that sounds
man.
horrible.
Oh, I got another one.
What?
Oysters Rockefeller donut. Oh, just bread,
Just like in garlic.
breadcrumbs, the cheese, the spinach, roasted oyster jammed inside the donut.
How about a poke bowl donut?
I like that as well.
You just shove all that fresh fish and
chunks of chunks.
Come on, we gotta submit these.
Yeah, chunks of chunks of spicy tuna cubes inside the donut with maybe cucumbers and just
some
typical poke bowl items. Seaweed salad.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'll eat a seaweed salad donut.
Oh man, look at that.
Oh, I'm starving.
Anyway, if you want to be the chief donut dreamer, you got until the 18th to apply. So hurry to the Krispy Kreme website and apply to be the chief donut dreamer. And you can dream up crap like we just did right here. Hey, listen, the contest ought to be, with the stuff we just came up with, the contest ought to be over right now.
Right. We just gave some great
A
ideas.
Famunda cheesecake donut.
All right, will you stop that?
Disgusting.
That's just, that is awful.
It's my favorite cheese.
That is absolutely awful. Terrible. I got called out by a listener.
Ooh.
I teased an item, but I love this.
No, this always happens to you.
It does.
People are crazy.
No, they're not.
No, they're keeping them on task.
No, they're keeping me on task, and they are avid listeners and fans of the show.
They have better listening skills than we do.
I teased a story last week, and a listener's calling me out. By the way, at 7:47 on Friday, you teased an item, and you never told the story. I've been waiting. I got the email last night. They're still waiting for me to. All right, so I've been called out, and I'm going to tell you what I've been called out on, and then I will do the story of it was the groper. Remember I said we got another airline groper story?
Oh.
Yeah, but the circumstances are bizarre. Hold on. We'll get to that next. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. Don't move, folks. We're back in minutes. Q105. Yeah. Well, I'll talk about. All right, Roxanne's talking to me about fog nap. What was that, Froggy?
I love that band.
No, it's not fog hat. Roxanne's chatting me up on fog nap, not to be confused with fog hat. Hey, Roxanne, do I need to get my foghorn out here? Will this help you get through your fog nap?
Yeah, the fog.
All right, hold on. Listen, let me get to the other item that I forgot before I get sidetracked and I forget again, and then I get chastised again. All right, Roxanne and fog nap in just a moment. Hey, this ever happened to you, MJ? All right, hold on. We'll get to your fog nap in just a minute. And Froggy, would you like me to play some fog hat while we talk about the fog nap? All right, well, hang on. It's all possible here. Oh, and there's something that I witnessed when I was in the hospital. When I was having my kidney stone procedure. I just looked at my list of like when I make little notes to myself. I'm like, oh man, I didn't talk about this. And it's kind of like evergreen. You can talk about it any time because I thought it was interesting. So hold on. I got a lot to do here with the crew. It is 7:26. We've just launched an hour and 20 minutes nonstop. So I would like to say good morning to Lisa. Lisa called me out because a few days back I teased this like awful story of a new airplane groper. And I guess it got buried. We got late. I didn't do the story, and guess what? It's listeners like Lisa, who is in Brandon. Thank you, Lisa, who is keeping me on my toes and calling me out. You know, it happens a lot. If I promote something, and listen, 99% of the time I promote something, hey, coming up, and we do it. But there are a couple items that do slip through the cracks. Listen, I'm sorry. I apologize. And Lisa is a listener that's keeping me on my toes, and it's about the groper story. And I think I even said, oh, man, there's a groping incident on an airplane. You got to hear this. And then, well, you didn't hear it because I forgot about it. It got buried in the bottom of a pile, and Lisa's called me out. So here's the deal. And this happened back in March, but then the guy was called in to be interviewed by the FBI, and then subsequently charges have been filed. So that's why, it's taken a little time for this story to develop. But listen to the circumstances. Listen to how bizarre this is. A doctor from Georgia accused of groping the crotch. What the hell was that?
A perfect basket in the trash can.
What did you just throw something?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't really.
I just heard a. What was that?
I'm really making a lot of baskets over here today. It was my plate.
You threw a plate?
Sorry about that.
Okay, all right. So this doctor from Georgia accused of groping the crotch of a woman who was sitting right next to him on a Delta flight, and they were on their way to Maine.
He just went right for the crotch.
Yeah, but this is where it gets bizarre. The doctor was on his way from Atlanta to Portland, Maine on Delta 2138. He was going up to propose to his girlfriend to make her his fiancée. What? And I guess he wanted to get some last-minute woman stranger crotch grope in before he got off the plane in Portland to deal with his girlfriend, who he wants to be his wife.
Listen, that perf switch went off.
Dr. Jake Namjeek Cho, a nephrologist from Fayetteville, was on board Delta 2138. Oh, guys, do you know what a nephrologist is?
He could have been your doctor recently.
Well, I didn't see a nephrologist.
Well, if
I saw a urologist for the kidney stones. But what, Roxanne, you're right. What is a nephrologist?
A kidney doc.
That is correct. So this dude's a kidney doc, a nephrologist, and he gropes this woman. The incident apparently took place on a Boeing 737 Delta Atlanta to Portland, and shortly after it landed, the woman reported that the suspect continuously leaned into her seat throughout the flight while appearing to be asleep Oh, jeez. He's pulling the old sleep groping scam-a-lama ding-dong over here. He allegedly placed his hand on her thigh and her buttocks while touching her feet with his feet.
Playing a little footsie.
Can you imagine being next to this? You're like in a Boeing 737. It's a 3-and-3 configuration. You're sitting next to some kind of handsy perv.
Oh, sorry, my hand keeps slipping on your crotch.
Well, hey, guess what? You're joking around. No, that's what happens here. Listen to this. So he tried to use turbulence as the excuse to make. Oh, this is funny?
I'm sorry for the woman who got
woman is
groped.
getting groped?
No.
And you're laughing?
No, I'm not
You're
laughing.
laughing.
I'm not laughing at this woman who was assaulted. I'm just laughing
This
at
is
the
grotesque.
preposterousness.
Your behavior is grotesque.
No, like, whoa, this is a bumpy ride. Let me hold on to something.
Well, that's what the guy did. So the excuse was when they hit turbulence, it would be like he was jolted into grabbing her crotch. This is the worst cover story ever. So this is the actual language from the police report for when she complained. During turbulence, he, quote, appeared to have spasmed and reached into her crotch.
Well, now he has spasms.
So turbulence, and then he spasms during the turbulence and just suddenly dives into her crotch, touched her genitals from outside her pants, according to the complaint. Excuse me, the woman yells, and the creepy doctor dude then removes his hand. Sounds like he should have been a different type of doctor. He's a kidney doc. He's a nephrologist. He should have been a
OB.
Gynecologist. Yeah. The male passenger appeared to be sleeping or pretending to sleep throughout and did not touch the woman after retracting his hand. Dr. Jake Namjeet Cho, he's an Atlanta area physician. So 2 days later, an FBI agent and federal air marshal interviewed Cho at the Portland, Maine airport where he was headed before he got on his flight back to Atlanta. He denied touching the accuser, said that she never said anything to him, said, I'm willing to take a polygraph examination. He's probably one of those people that practice their whole life on how to beat a polygraph, right? Mm-hmm. So he denied the whole incident. Then on April 1st, he went to the FBI's office in Portland for another voluntary interview. He underwent the polygraph test. So they gave him, he said, polygraph me. So they polygraphed him. After the examination, he continued to deny that he touched the woman, but then admitted that he had done so, but insisted that it was not sexual. What? I didn't touch her. Then finally he breaks down and says, I touched the woman? But
then he says I'm reading it, he just touched her with his foot, is what he's saying.
Oh, this guy's a creep.
When we got in the air, I began to relax. I stretched my legs. At some point, I touched my left foot against her right foot and maintained the contact until I fell asleep. That's what he wrote in his statement. In addition to maintaining the foot contact, I used the contact to keep myself upright as I have shorter legs.
This is convoluted.
When I woke up, I was leaning on my left facing her. At some point, I saw her and reached out and grabbed her upper right thigh with my hand. I intended to only squeeze her upper right thigh and never intended to touch her crotch. Because my glasses were off and it was dark, my hand slipped from her upper thigh to her crotch. Man, this guy's all over the road.
Yeah, what?
I'm sorry. This guy's all over her crotch.
Oh, yeah.
Why was he intending to squeeze her upper right thigh?
I'm looking at a picture of him. He's in his lab coat, sitting at his desk in his office in Atlanta. This is crazy.
Well, the big question, did she say yes?
We don't know about the fiance. I don't know if when he got off the flight, if he told the fiance to be the girlfriend. Oh, by the way, I grabbed the kibbles and bits of the woman sitting next to me on my Delta. You know, it's very turbulent, and the turbulence forced my hand just to grab her.
Is that going to be a problem, babe?
By the way, so he has been charged now, so that's why the stories are new, because this is like March to April, the interviews with the FBI, the polygraph test. So he's been charged, and if he's convicted, he faces up to 2 years behind bars, federal prison, and a $250,000 fine. By the way, this guy graduated from UF.
Yeah, he's a gator.
This dude, yeah.
Chomp, chomp.
Good thing you didn't chomp down on that crotch. So he graduated from the University of Florida College of Medicine just recently, 2017. Completed his residency in medicine 3 years later. In 2022, just last year, he completed a nephrology fellowship at the Maine Medical Center. Maybe that's where he met his girlfriend, who he was proposing to. While he was flying up and grabbing, some strange woman's crotch in the seat next to him.
See, if you look at the timeline, the FBI agents didn't interview him until he was on his flight back to Georgia at the airport. They grabbed him at the airport, so I'm sure he did. If he was intending to propose, he probably did propose.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Yeah, but there's no word on whether the fiance has, been apprised of the situation, whether she knows about this, whether
knows now.
Whether the proposal still is stuck, whether they're still engaged. I don't know. But, man, that's a creepy deal. So, Lisa, I apologize for missing out on the story, teasing it a couple days ago. So there you go. That's Dr. Groper and the Delta story. This is bizarre. Nordstrom is trying to sell single shoes? Are you? Wait a minute. Are you kidding me?
How is that even legal?
Well, but they're advertising it. It's like, so when you go to the store, there's a sign that says single shoes only, $5 each.
There has to be some sort of a prank,
But
right?
No. So somehow Nordstrom, or I guess any department store, somehow the shoe departments lose a shoe along the way. So a shoe walks. Get it. All right. So somehow they lose a shoe. So instead of having the pair, they only have one. And Nordstrom has locations where they actually sell single shoes. I'm looking at a picture right now. Single shoes, $5 each. And actually, in parentheses, it says great for dogs.
Oh, I get it.
I don't know. Is this like regular Nordstrom or is this like Nordstrom Rack?
I don't know, but I will tell you something weird that happens to me and my older daughter.
At Nordstrom?
No, just in life. We come across like a solo shoe by itself. Like we were taking a walk one night and we see one shoe on the side of the road. Then one time we were Weeki Springs and we were paddling down the river.
Were you going to see the mermaids?
No, I didn't see the mermaids that day. But it was we saw one shoe floating in the water, and we're like, how do people lose one shoe?
Man,
where is the other shoe?
The shark has the leg and the other shoe at its belly right now.
Hey, that's not funny. There was a shark attack last week. A real one.
Which one?
The one
off Egypt?
Yes.
Oh.
Off Hurghada?
Yeah,
hey.
like Jaws in real life.
Where I was a year ago.
I was going to say, isn't that where you...
Oh, my God, you were there.
I was there. So,
dude, you're lucky.
Yeah, there was a viral video that popped out last week.
It was horrific.
Yeah, a guy was swimming off the beach in Hurghada. Hurghada is in Egypt. It's about an hour's flight south of Cairo. And not this past March, but March of 22, I flew to Egypt with some friends and a local Tampa Bay group of divers. And we did a liveaboard out of Port Galib. And incidentally, it's another story. One of the dive vessels, like 130-foot liveaboard, caught on fire and burned and sank a couple of days ago. And we were docked next to the boat. It was called the Hurricane. And we were docked next to that boat in Port Galib in Egypt before we headed out to dive for a week on the Red Sea.
What happened on that boat? How did that happen?
Some engine fire. And most of the British divers got off, but 3 didn't make it. 3 divers. So, I mean, what the hell? So, in Hurghada, we overnighted in Hurghada. So, we flew into Cairo. Then we flew from Cairo to Hurghada. And then we took a ride to a hotel in Hurghada. We stayed the night. And then the next morning, we got on a bus. and we drove like 3 hours south to a place called Port Galib, where all the really nice marina with just beautiful boats. And again, one in the last week, 2 stories. Boat sank, big fire. We were docked next to that boat. Saw that boat actually out on the Red Sea. And then what Froggy's talking about, some Russian tourist was in Egypt in Hurghada, and he's just swimming offshore, and he's eaten by a shark, and it's captured on video. I mean, it's horrific. You saw it, right, Frog?
Yeah, and the guy's screaming for help. Well, he was way out there.
All right, so I'm sorry if that was insensitive, if I made a comment about the shark and the shoe.
It was very insensitive.
Anyway, can I get back to Nordstrom?
Sure.
Nordstrom has locations that sell one shoe in the shoe department.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, no, but they're telling you that we have one shoe.
I mean, are they used shoes?
No, these are new shoes. These are like probably demo shoes, and somehow they lost one of the shoes, so it's an incomplete pair. So they're just selling these random one shoe items here for $5 each.
Wow, they're really trying to unload that stock, huh?
It's pretty funny. All right, so I forgot about this, but I was looking at my little list because I make some notes on my phone. You know, just like little things that pop up, or if I need to remind myself about something to talk about on the show. And I was going through the list last night, and I'm like, oh man, I never talked about that, did I? So, but it's kind of evergreen. So when I was in Tampa General Hospital a couple of weeks back for my lithotripsy, and this was actually a surgical procedure. They knocked me out under general anesthesia, and while I'm waiting for the lithotripsy machine to arrive, because they don't have it at the hospital. There's a company that has the expensive machine, and they move it from facility to facility. So we're waiting for the machine to arrive for me to have my procedure. And while I'm in the room, I think I was on the 6th floor at the TGH. While I'm in the room, I'm in the bed, they're prepping me. They got an IV in, they're drawing blood, they're doing this, they're doing that. And I'm just chilling out. And I was just hearing like the announcements that were being made over the PA system, the announcements throughout the hospital. And I started hearing, the color codes, like code this, code that. And there were a couple of items. I had no idea what the hell what it meant. So, one was code blue. And code blue, I know that's not good. I think code blue is like a life-threatening situation. And code blue is like cardiac arrest, and they're like giving out like the room number.
Life or death emergency.
Oh, yeah.
For code blue.
Yeah. So code blue, I'll give you an example because I even set myself some notes on this. But let me get the actual language. So hang on a minute. Here we go. So I heard code blue 8A1, code blue 8A1, code blue 8A1. And I knew that was bad, but I did look it up. I Googled. I'm sitting in the bed. I'm like, all right, code blue hospital. And it comes up. Code blue is like cardiac or respiratory arrest, medical emergency. So that was the code blue. So I kind of knew what that was. But then it's code gray. And it was like, code gray on 5, code gray on 5, code gray on 5. I'm like, what is that? So I Google.
Oh, my God.
Hospital.
How bored were you?
Well, waiting for this lithotripsy machine to show up.
Well, if it's a red or a black, you better get out because that's a bomb threat or a fire.
Yeah, so I printed up the whole thing. So I'm looking at code gray. What the hell's code gray? So code gray at the hospital is a combative or violent patient.
Oh, no.
Really?
Yeah, so we had a combative or violent patient who was on 5, apparently. So code gray. First it was code blue, then it was code gray, and I was just looking at some of these other codes here, like code silver. You know what code silver is?
Yeah, active shooter.
Weapon or hostage, or I guess it could be active shooter. Code silver. Yeah, you don't want to hear code silver apparently in the hospital.
It's not like a silver alert.
It's not. It's not like Grandpa Fred got lost.
No.
Where am I?
Grandpa Fred's trying to go to Temple Terrace and he ends up, in the Everglades. It's code silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Code silver is a weapon hostage situation Or you said you saw shooting?
Active shooter is what I see.
Active shooter. Yeah. Code 5. You know what code 5 is?
No.
Shelter in place. Yeah. So I ran as I was getting these codes. You know, one of my doctor buddies is a surgeon, and I start texting him the codes. So I'm in the hospital bed, right?
He hates you.
Waiting for my procedure, and I go ahead and I sent him. So as they're making the announcements, I'm just texting my doctor friend Mark, and I was like, code blue. I just texted him that, and then he's like, hopefully that's not you. All right.
Oh my gosh.
And then like 5 minutes later, it was code gray. And then he writes back, I'm unfamiliar with that code.
Okay, I'm getting some mixed information.
So I had to educate him and say that code gray is combative or violent patient.
I've got some different, right. Okay, so I've got code gray as because we have a lot of people in the medical profession who listen to us. Code gray is an unruly patient or visitor at TGH.
Wait, you got a visitor that goes out of control?
Right, that's specifically at TGH. Code gray is unruly patient or visitor.
So a visitor just loses their crap and turns violent? Starts flipping over EKG machines and stuff?
Oh, man.
It's like a call for security. Yeah.
Hurling bedpans all over the place? All right, you got the MJ Morning Show at 7:46. And don't forget, 9 o'clock hour, we're giving away tickets. 9 o'clock hour today, we'll give away another pair of Foreigner and Loverboy tickets. Also, you do not want to miss the big item at 9:10. So every morning, 9:10, we do a must-hear, don't-miss story of the day, and that's coming up at 9:10 this morning. And every morning, again, make sure you figure out how to listen to the MJ Morning Show, not just right now, but next hour, 8 o'clock hour, 9 o'clock hour. You can listen online. You can go to mjmorningshow.com. You can click on Listen Live in the upper right-hand corner. Just go to mjmorningshow.com. Listen on your laptop or your desktop. You can use any of the apps like the TuneIn app, the Odyssey app, or the iHeart app. Just search for Q105 Tampa Bay and listen to us on your phone. Get out of the car, keep listening to the show on your phone. So make sure you figure out how to do that because you don't know what the heck you're missing. All right, we have something that we're going to have to go to phones on here. Oh, and then we got to talk about your fog nap.
Oh, yeah.
Roxanne's fog nap.
I hate those.
All right. But first, though, you ever hear of hot phobia? Hot phobia.
I mean, it just seems like you're averse to high temperatures, right?
That is absolutely wrong. Think about it. Just think about it. Hot phobia.
You don't want to date good-looking guys?
You're getting warmer. You're getting a little warmer.
You don't want to date good-looking girls?
You're getting
warmer, colder, or the same?
That's warmer, but at least you're in the right
you're afraid
vicinity.
You're in the right solar system now.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Froggy?
Hot phobia is when a woman is so beautiful or is so striking that other women shun her. Hot phobia. So it's women that claim that they're sexy, women that claim that they're very attractive, and they are ignored or ridiculed by other women. They're ostracized. Sometimes these women are extremely attractive. They're dressed in, clothing that maybe accentuates their hotness. Maybe they've got a great body. But it's hot phobia.
Has it ever occurred to any of these women that they might just be bitches and that's why people avoid them?
Yeah, for real.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that
good point.
Most attractive hot women are bitches?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Froggy,
but the women.
Is that what it sounded like?
Sounded like.
No.
A variation of that.
It sounded like.
It sounds like maybe the women who they interviewed for this diagnosis, hot phobia, might, everybody hates me because I'm so good looking.
So one of the examples is a woman who claims that at school, like picking up the kids at school, the other mothers ostracize her, do not want to talk with her, and she claims it's because she shows up in attractive clothing. She wears body accentuating clothing. She claims that she's extremely attractive. Well, I'm looking at her picture, and she is pretty
I
pretty
need to be
attractive.
the judge of this. Let's see.
All right, here we go. Giving Roxanne, I'll hold this up to MJTV as well. So
she's very pretty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she's claiming that she is a victim of hot phobia, and it's other mothers at school and in other scenarios where she claims that she's left out or she is ignored, and she's claiming it's hot phobia, that the other women, they kind of gang up against her because she's too hot.
Okay, so if that's really what's happening, then she doesn't want to be friends with those women anyway, so who cares?
I'd have to see her feet.
I
can't judge.
Let me hold up a picture here. So I'm holding a picture up now to MJTV, and you can see a couple of shots here. So this is the woman, and listen, she is attractive. Let's go to phones on this. Have you ever experienced hot phobia, so are you an extremely attractive woman, and you feel that you have not been accepted, or you've been ostracized, you've been left out of groups because you're so attractive that other women maybe felt intimidated? So have you ever been a victim of hot phobia? Or, let's be honest here, have you ever been in a group of other women where you ignored a very attractive woman? Listen, I'm trying to figure out, is this real? Is this an actual real situation? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. This might be a reach, to get very attractive women to call up and say, "Yeah, I've been victimized. I'm a hot phobia victim."
Let's open up the hotline.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's open up the hot phones right now. 800-990-1047. And again, there are a couple of angles that we can approach this from. So are you a woman that has deliberately ignored, or you're in a group of other women and for whatever reason you don't want to accept or converse or allow an extremely attractive woman into your friend group or your conversational circle? So either you're a hot woman and you feel like that you have been ostracized because you're attractive, or you are part of a group that has. Look, the phones are ringing here. I thought this was going to be a tough climb, but the phones are ringing on this. Andrew's screening calls right now. 800-990-1047. I'm just trying to get a gauge here. I'm trying to take some temp here to find out, is this a real deal? Is this a real problem? Is this a real story? Or is this some, jacked up clickbait,
I got a story to share about this, but let's get into the calls first.
All right, let me do calls first because we do have calls on hold. And again, I didn't know. Listen, a lot of times I know when phones are going to blow up. I know there's certain things we talk about on this show. I'm like, I'm going to have no issue getting phone calls. We're going to be blasted. And there are other times where I'm like, I don't know. Am I going to get 1, 2, and 0? And sometimes I think I'm going to get nothing and we get shocked and we're blown away. Let's grab Krista in Clearwater. Then we'll grab Rob. Rob, you're going to be second. Krista, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. What are your thoughts on so-called hot phobia?
Well, I have to agree with it. I have been singled out a lot, and taking my daughter to daycare, those daycare teachers, oh boy.
And it sounds like it's a similar scenario because this woman claims that it's other mothers, when she would bring her child to school, the other mothers wouldn't want anything to do with her because she's so attractive. Great body, great looking. All right, so, Krista, what is your situation? What has happened to you?
Well, I have 5 kids, actually, and it has been more recent with the last 3. I don't know why, but, baseball practice, I've been kicked off the field because I play on the sports with them. I play catch and warm them up and whatnot. I mean, so what? Yoga pants are a problem? I didn't know. My boobs aren't hanging out. I keep those put away.
I keep those put away. All right.
I used to, be wild and free. I'm 35 now, so I try not to do that. So it's just there's the baseball moms. I'm sorry, they're all frumpy and they're upset. I'm not frumpy. That's not my fault. I mean, my neighbor the other day, my neighbor said, what do you do to keep your body like that? I'm like, anxiety, working, 5 kids, and alcohol. What?
All right, so wait, hold on. So he asks, what do you do to keep your body? And
His wife did.
So his wife is asking, how do you keep your body in great shape?
Yeah, that's what I was curious about when you're like, yeah, I have 5 kids and I'm like the hot one out there. I mean, sometimes I know 2 kids put a hurting on my body, you know. I mean, 5 kids, you're doing something right there, girl.
Yeah, I'm in the restaurant industry, so I'm always on the go, and Red Bull is my coffee. So, I mean, I don't know. I just keep going. You just go.
All right, so you're 35. You say that you're very attractive. You've got a great body. Now, do you look like anyone famous? Like if I saw you, would I say, oh, she's similar looking to...
No, I mean, I have my own look. Kind of still stuck in 2011, I guess you could say, when I used to party down on Shepherd's.
Big old
I used to call myself K-Wow back then, but, you know.
Hold on, you were K-Wow?
Oh, man. Jersey Shore style.
Yeah.
Down at Shepherd's, were you there when Kane threw the mic into the pool?
Many good times.
I was dancing on the back of the boat. What can I tell you?
Wow. All right. So smoking hot Krista, who is shunned and ostracized by other parents because you are just too good looking.
Wow.
I don't wear makeup. That's the thing. I don't wear makeup. I don't have the fake nails. I don't do plastics. I don't do anything because I was raised a tomboy into sports and everything. So,
all right, so you're just a natural beauty without having all the surgeries and all that stuff.
Oh, yes, and in the restaurant that I work in, because I'm one of the oldest ones, but look better than 90% of them, it's been a very, very rough time working there.
All right, so Krista, you're telling me that hot phobia is real and you experience it. So listen, first call right off the bat is saying that that hot phobia is real. All right, Krista, we need to see a picture of Krista, don't we? Hey, Krista, go ahead and text Roxanne a photo to our...
MJ?
No, seriously, let's see what Krista looks like.
Okay.
So, all right, Krista, when you get a chance, Roxanne operates our text lines. Text us a picture to 800-990-1047. Same number you called in on, okay?
Okay. I'm getting it up right now. Literally just the other day when I went to E4 for a birthday party.
All right, send that picture over. Let's see how hot you are and if hot phobia applies. Krista, thanks for the call.
Okay, we're going to look for Krista's photo. Thank you, Krista.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
I know we have other calls to get to.
Yes.
But
Hey, Rob, hold on one sec. I'll be right there, okay?
But I do want to tell you, we're getting a lot of texts like this.
Yes.
However, the majority of them are women saying, I'm ostracized because I'm overweight. I'm ostracized because I'm average looking. I'm ostracized because I'm old. So it's like from the
wow.
The kids.
It's like you can't win. It's everything.
Opposite.
So it's everything. All right. Hey, Rob's in Homosassa. Rob, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi, Rob.
Hi. Good morning.
Morning. What's the story with you?
Well, yeah, it's my ex-wife Christina. This is her to the T.
Oh, wait a minute. So your ex-wife Christina, hot phobia is her too. All right. So tell me what the story is. Why?
Yeah. Well, the story. We were married 20 years, 2 kids, divorced in 2006. And we just bought a house together up in Homosassa. It's out of the blue. I was going up to Phoenix, and kids are like, "Why? Like, we just own a house together." Anyhow, she's 58 years old. 5'3", 100 pounds soaking wet. And I tell her every day, I said, you are the love of my life. I said, women envy you like today and back. I mean, because it's like 99th percentile. I said, everybody our age and all the women, I said, are you kidding me? From this, that, and the other, everybody's got their thing. I don't judge. But I said, she's smoking hot, always will be. When I met her back in like 1983, here's a woman with like 6 sisters and a mother, and they all look like bathing beauties. I mean, these are women that did VFW. They were all dancers, and these just dress up in hula skirts.
Yeah, well, when I think of hot dancers, I think of the VFW.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, baby.
I've been to some great strip shows at the VFW. So, like your ex-wife, you say she's 53 now, and 58 now. So at 58, at what age does she look, though? Does she look like she's in her 30s or 40s?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like mid-30s, like timeless, you know.
Hold on, she's 58 and she looks like she's in her mid-30s?
Oh, yeah, I could text you a couple photos, but you think it's a woman in her early 30s.
Wow. All right, and you're telling me that she was sort of ostracized, hot phobia, that other women were intimidated by her? Is that what you're saying?
We're living up in this, senior community in our triple wide, like, mobile home, and it's like all the women, they shun her, and they walk by, and they're always, like, talking whispers. Every time she goes out there, she's always looking out the window at them, because every time she walks down, get the mail or something, a group of them strung together, and they're always, like, pointing fingers at her, and I just see what's going on. I mean, I think it's just hilarious. And I said, that's just how it is. You can deny what I'm saying, but you can't deny reality.
What they're doing. And listen, another call to a T. So hot phobia exists, but apparently Roxanne's getting texts that it doesn't matter what you look like. There's some excuse that someone wants to give you a hard time and be mean and ostracize you.
Yeah, and you don't want to be friends with them anyways if they don't receive you.
Why do people have to be mean and cliquey? Why do people have to be that way?
It's not nice.
Why, I ask? Why?
I have a little hot phobia story for you that I can relate to this on. Okay, so
you're a total hot phobia victim?
No, just let me tell this story. This is how I can understand all the sides of this. So when I used to cover sports, so we're going back now 10 years ago. So
this was sports on Bay News 9?
Yes. So,
okay.
You go out to Tropicana Field. So a lot of times I did road trips. You go to the stadiums. And it seemed like the female sports reporter just seems like, I mean, you guys tell me, you watch TV, they're always good looking. So you go to Boston, there's the girl who does the Boston Red Sox sideline, roving reporter.
The Rays girl is hot.
What a shocker. The female sideline sports reporter that's trying to attract guys is smoking hot. What a shocker.
Okay, so
I mean, that's kind of intentional. I think they look for very attractive women that also can do the job well. But that's the thing. Listen, it's eye candy. Let's call it what it is. There is a certain degree of eye candy for the predominantly male viewer for these sporting events.
So anyways, I would go into these different cities, or the female from the other team would come into my city, into Tampa.
Yep.
And it was like one of two extremes, our reaction to one another. Because remember, we're pretty much back, 10 years ago, there were even less women in sports. And we're pretty much the only women out there, and we look at each other, and it's one of two reactions. Either we totally like each other because we're like, yes, I know why you're doing this. You love sports. Maybe you grew up as an athlete, or maybe you have daddy issues, whatever it is. We both love sports, and here we are covering a team and having fun. And so we like each other, or we totally they give you the worst, I guess, hot phobia stare. I guess you're on my turf, so it was either one of two extremes where they're really rude and standoffish, or you immediately click.
So Roxanne is so hot that she's also been in the middle of hot phobia.
That's not what I'm saying.
I've never had the issue personally.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I could for sure say I've never had hot phobia.
Take it as a compliment.
Well, thank you, but I'm not putting myself out there. Oh, I'm so good looking that someone doesn't want to be
I think there are women
me.
that don't listen to the show because you're too hot.
We're a radio show.
I'm kidding around. Oh, guess what time it is? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Moving Violation or Not.
Ooh, a new game.
Brand new game show here on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome to Moving Violation or Not. We're going to give you a scenario, and you tell me, is this a ticketable offense, yes or no, here in the state of Florida? Are you ready? Oh, by the way, if this is successful, this could become a whole series here on the MJ Morning Show. Yeah, this could be a weekly stunt, man. I'm telling you, this could be a weekly thing. All right, so you ready for the first question, the first scenario, moving violation or not? I know I probably perked up the ears of a lot of police officers that are listening right now. So here's the question. In Florida, can you get a ticket for rolling through a stop sign in a parking lot? Yes or no?
Yeah, you can.
All right, Froggy.
Good answer.
Froggy,
I'm going to go with no.
In Florida, can you be ticketed for rolling through a stop sign in a parking lot? So, Roxanne, you say yes.
Yes.
Froggy, you say no. The correct answer is...
Come on, baby. Come on.
Roxanne, you're wrong. Froggy's right.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, it's a happy day because now I know that I can roll through stop signs in parking lots.
Yep. Apparently, you cannot get a ticket per se for rolling through a stop sign in a parking lot because it is not a public roadway. It's private property. Stop signs, traffic control devices in private parking lots are technically not enforceable, meaning a police officer is not going to ticket you or doesn't have the statute backup with Florida law to ticket you in a private parking lot. So the easy answer is no. You cannot get a ticket for, I mean, listen, you're in a Publix parking lot and they got a little stop sign in there and you roll through it. No ticket. You're in, I don't know, you're in a big box parking lot. You got the Walmart, you got the Best Buy next door. Obviously, I'm talking about the, right there on Dale Mabry and 275. And I got to be honest, I go fill up with gas at Walmart over there, and I'm getting ready to get back onto Dale Mabry. There's a stop sign there. If there's nothing, I'm rolling through it. I mean, I don't.
I always stop.
Listen, I don't roll through the stop sign on a regular street, but if there's nothing coming, there's nothing coming from the Best Buy side, making a right. There's nothing coming from Dale Mabry heading in to decide whether they're going to Walmart or going to Best Buy, and I'm leaving the gas station. If there's a stop sign there, if there's nothing coming, I'll roll through it. However, in a neighborhood on city surface streets or any stop sign that's on the regular public roadways, I'm not running through those. No, I fully stop. But just listen, this is practical stuff, man. This is news you can use. Because sometimes I know it's all right. So I know it's not the best example, but I'd be in the car with the kids, and listen, we're talking about 3-5 miles an hour in a parking lot, and suddenly there's a stop sign, and there's nothing. You're in a parking lot of a supermarket, and I'd roll through it, and the kids are like, "Dad, you just rolled through a stop sign." I'm like, "All right, guys, don't follow my example." But I'm like, "Hey, guys, listen, it's private property. There's nothing coming. This is not a regular street, not a regular surface road." But the answer is no, you cannot be ticketed in Florida for rolling through a stop sign in a parking lot. Now, if there's a stop sign that then goes onto the main road, so you're leaving the parking lot, you got a stop sign, and then you're going out onto the public road, I would imagine that if you blow that stop sign, that might be enforceable because you're now at the entrance to the actual road, not in the parking lot. So I'd be very careful with that. All right, so guys, what do you think of the new feature, moving violation or not?
Now I know I could speed through parking lots.
Well, I would imagine that all traffic laws would apply regarding the parking lot. So do you like the feature? Should we return with this feature? Should we make this a regular moving violation or not?
No, I don't like it.
I've got no other items anyway. So
okay, good.
I think
for the best.
Let's just
ladies and gentlemen, moving violation or not, it's a one-off. You'll never hear it again. Here on the MJ Morning Show. Unless conditions warrant. So, Roxanne, you send me a note, and it's about fog nap.
Yeah. I had one of those.
Roxanne wrote me a note last night. She writes me all kinds of random stuff. I'm getting emails all times at night, day from Roxanne.
Oh, I hope we get to my very important text message that I sent you guys last night.
Okay, I got that as well. So, Roxanne sends me a note last night, and it says, I had the really annoying nap thing today, and I'm just dubbing it fog nap. So I'll whip out the fog nap horn. All right, Roxanne, why don't you tell our listeners what fog nap means to you?
I lied down to take my nap yesterday, and I fell asleep, and I woke up, I don't know, maybe an hour and change later.
Right.
And I had no idea what day of the week it was, where my kids were. Like I just couldn't figure it out. And then I heard, so I woke up and I was like, is it Saturday? I thought
it's like your
Saturday.
brain's erased temporarily.
Yes. It was, and then
it's fog nap.
It's fog nap. And then the
little fog nap here, ladies and gentlemen.
Started to hear Doug's voice out in the kitchen.
Classic
on the
rock.
phone. So I just didn't. Then you start to take in your surroundings. I could hear Doug's voice on the phone, but then I still was like, okay, you're doing work. It could be a Saturday.
All right, so you want to know.
I didn't know where my kid. I was like, where are my kids? Oh, then I had to think about it.
They're,
okay, today is
they're grown
Tuesday.
up. They're 35 years old now. You did a Rip Van Winkle thing. All right. Fell asleep for 26 years under the tree. All right. So here's the deal. Fog nap. How often does this happen to you where you take a nap? That's what I want to know.
I'm glad you asked that question because it doesn't really happen to me during the winter and spring months. It's more of a summertime thing. And I also want to complain about the days being so long right now, too much daylight. We're like 14 hours of daylight almost. It's too much. I
want to shield the sun.
Too much daylight?
I prefer like as we get into, I think by September, maybe it'll be down to 12 hours.
We hit the peak.
Daylight.
The summer solstice is when we hit the peak for the the longest day of the year is coming up, which is it like June 21st?
It is. It's June 21st, and it's going to be like 13 hours and 57 minutes of
Are you
sunlight.
reading actual facts or are you pulling that out of your butt?
No, I mean, it's from memory, but I can...
Hang on, I'm going to type it into Google right now. Longest day of the year.
It's definitely June 21st.
Yeah, so again, it's the June 21st. It's a Wednesday. We actually hit the summer solstice is going to be 10:57 a.m. Eastern time.
And we're going to have, so that's the 21st, we're going to have, just like I said, 13 hours and 57 minutes and 32 seconds of daylight.
Wow, you're going to have a stopwatch?
It's going to be a long day.
Now, I'm trying to remember the last time I had fog nap, where you take a nap, you wake up, and you're disoriented, and you're like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" It's funny you brought this up because it happened to me. I would say 3 weeks ago. I took a nap after the morning show when I got home before I had to do my other program, and it doesn't happen to me much, but it happened to me, not too long ago. But again, it doesn't happen to me much.
It's kind of unsettling. Even once you realize what day it is, you just are irritated or off-put or something.
The question is, you take naps pretty regularly.
I do.
And it doesn't happen all the time.
No.
So the question is, what causes fog nap? Why do you take 30 naps and there's no issue? What is it about that one nap out of 30 or whatever number that it is? What is it about that one nap that turns into fog nap where you wake up and you don't know what day of the week it is? You don't know what time of day it is? You don't know your name? You don't recognize the couch? Where the hell did these kids come from?
Who are you?
So isn't that curious though?
I just think I figured it out.
What?
My cleaners came yesterday.
Oh, I was going to say, what?
No.
A fifth of vodka?
No.
Some Kettle One? Just figured it out? What?
No, my cleaners came yesterday. I must have, when I woke up, I was like, whose clean house is this? Where am I? That's maybe what it was.
But I wonder if there is a reason. I wonder if there's an answer. Like, why do you have fog nap? Where most of the time you take a nap, you wake up, and you've got full cognizance, full awareness, situational awareness, where you are, what time it is. And then other times you take like the same nap, and then you wake up, and you don't know where the hell you are, and it takes you like a minute to get oriented, and it's like you're a head wound victim or something.
Yeah, okay.
It's like you've got amnesia. You got clonked on the head with like a construction crane, and you're walking around. Next thing you know, you're living in an airport for 7 years.
It's called...
like Tom Hanks?
Yeah, exactly. What is it called?
I think it's called sleep inertia, and this is when you're waking up confused, basically. And it's telling you that your sleep hygiene needs a tune-up. You woke up at an unusual time. Maybe you woke up in a different part of your sleep cycle. You drank alcohol the night before. That was not the case with me. I promise.
I told you were all liquored up.
No.
You're doing a little liquid lunch.
No.
Liquid lunch.
All right. Well, would you let us know every time you've got the fog nap?
Yes.
I'll let you know the next time I have fog nap.
You know what? We should chart it and make sure we're not having it too often because I don't think it's healthy for you.
Fog nap on the MJ Morning Show. Fog nap. All right, let me know the next time, and I'll let you know. It happens to me very rarely. So I had it, I think, within the last month, and I don't think I can remember having fog nap. I can't tell you the last time I had it before just recently. So it's kind of interesting that you just had it, and then I had it a month ago or so.
Froggy, have you ever had it?
Yeah, what's your deal with... Well,
I tried not to nap.
He has frog nap.
I get it. No, I don't. My naps are. I wake up fine. I try not to take too many of them because I get really tired after them.
There is a problem as the school year has now ended. We're seeing these stories, and teachers are speaking out. Do you know that there is a rash of students attacking teachers?
Oh,
I believe
I have
it.
a whole Facebook or a YouTube page I follow. That's all it is.
But do you know that there's a certain catalyst?
I know exactly what it is.
Well, hold on. This is a test. I'm going to see if Froggy knows what the hell he's talking about. There is a certain situation. There is a scenario, and it's this interaction of teacher and student that has caused a dramatic escalation in a student getting physically attacky on the teacher. We're talking about physical confrontations. Kids are assaulting teachers because of this. Froggy, what do you think it is?
Well, the YouTube page I follow, a lot of the teacher-student fights happen when the teacher takes away the student's iPhone or cell phone.
That is
Really?
That is 100% right. You're telling me this, dude.
I tell you, you know how many fights I've seen?
Dude, you're strong today.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're actually you're hitting things out of the park today.
And it's like a couple weeks ago, you did the story of the girl pepper spraying the teacher.
Oh, yeah.
That was over a cell phone. She was screaming, "Give me my cell phone back."
This is a problem. Listen, school's out. So I'm guessing, listen, it's 8:17. I got to believe we've got teachers listening. Are there... Well, we can ask the question. I don't know, again, what kind of phones this will generate, but the question is, and we'll put it to the listeners, are you a teacher? Have you ever had a fight with a student over the cell phone? The student wouldn't put the cell phone away. The student was listening to music, watching videos, just on the phone in class, and you went to take the cell phone away, and it caused a fight. So, or listen, are there any parents listening? Are there any parents that, and if you want to remain anonymous, that's fine, but did your kid get into a fight with a teacher at school because of a cell phone confiscation? But I'd love to hear from teachers. Hey, any facet of this. But it is absolutely a problem that kids are assaulting teachers, and one of the biggest bones of contention here are the teachers taking the cell phone away from a student that is not paying attention or being disruptive in class. So if we have any teachers that are listening, do you have any stories of student cell phone interactions, any problems? Or if you're a parent, did you have a kid get in trouble? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. I would love to hear from a teacher or teachers that have had this issue. But again, listen, it's already what? We're in June now. The school year has just ended for most. And already, look, we still have the second half of 2023 to go. School's going to kick back up in August and September. So we've got the rest of the year, but already just with the months of January through June, we've had, again, stories of teachers getting punched in the face. Froggy, you brought up the pepper spraying. Yeah. That was over a cell phone. We talked about that a couple of months ago or a month ago. Remember there was a teacher beaten unconscious?
Yeah.
And the theme here is that the teachers have attempted to take away the students' cell phones. And it's causing teachers to get attacked. All right, let's go to phones on this. 800-990-1047. Schools, cell phones, teachers getting attacked, trying to take a kid's cell phone away, just holding it for the duration of the class, whatever the story is. Are you a teacher? Are you a parent? Do you have any observation, any thoughts on this? 990-1047, 800-990-1047. In Pinellas County, it's Anonymous. Hello, Anonymous. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi. We have a lot of issues with this. I'm actually in child dependency, and we've had children attack caregivers over phones.
All right, when you say child dependency, are you talking about like foster homes or?
Yes.
So you've had kids placed in a foster home environment. The foster kid's phone, there's some kind of an issue. The foster parent takes the phone away, and you've had some of these kids attack the foster parents. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
My gosh.
I mean, how bad? Are we talking about like broken arms? Are we talking about, bruised faces? Are we talking about stabbings? What's happened?
Bad enough that the police have to be called. It escalates to where the children can get arrested.
So can I assume, and listen, you're anonymous, you're not giving us your specific location, but can I assume that you're a so-called your social worker?
Technically, yes.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you for your job. I know what you do is very, very hard, so thank you for your service to the community. And again, listen, this is, it would be similar, a foster parent situation, and foster parent takes the phone away and the kid attacks the foster parent. Not dissimilar to a teacher taking a phone away. Anonymous, anything else you want to add?
Nope.
All right. Hey, thanks for listening and thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Anna.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. Yes, Rox.
I know we're talking about this increase in this happening, and I do want to mention my mom was an English school teacher for high school when she was pregnant with me, and a student punched her in the stomach.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
In utero? You're in the womb, and your mom got punched in the stomach?
Yes. I don't think
For what reason?
Well, this is obviously they didn't have cell phones back then, so I think she'd taken away her telegraph machine.
Give me back my telegraph machine, see?
Give me back my Edison talking machine. My little pocket Edison talking machine. So
I don't know what prompted it, but it was a big thing.
God.
I think the student was expelled.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Maybe even arrested?
Mel's in St. Pete. Mel, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hello, buenos dias.
Buenos dias, señorita Mel.
So I call in because I am
a Spanish teacher?
No, I'm a substitute teacher, so I can teach pretty much anything that I'm comfortable with and I agree with, but I also am a behavior therapist. So I have had some interesting experiences with mostly middle school, ranging from 6th to 8th grade.
Right.
Those are the kiddos that are like really attached to their phones and get really upset when you tell them they either need to put it away or they need to turn it off. Or
what's the worst thing that happened to you, or the worst thing that you experienced or saw regarding a student and a cell phone?
It's usually taking naughty pictures of yourself in the bathroom with somebody else's phone. But it's nothing that became violent. They do get upset, but because of my background of being in behavior therapy, you know not to take things too seriously.
So you're like the 6th grade whisperer?
Not so much a 6th grade whisperer, but I've also taught high school. So I work with preschool all the way up to 21 years old.
Wow.
So there are situations where they get angry, but you have to remember to not take it seriously and to give them alternative choices. It's a cell phone.
Now, Mel, are you aware of, or have you heard of a teacher here in the Tampa Bay area? You're calling from St. Pete, so I would imagine you sub in Pinellas County. Have you had any incident that you've heard of where a teacher was just blatantly attacked for taking away a student's cell phone in class?
Not necessarily physically attacked, but verbally, yes.
Oh, boy.
But the thing is that when you set those ground rules in the beginning of the class or the beginning of the day, you're not going to come across anything like that. You have to set those boundaries and those grounds and those rules of, okay, you can use your phone for this, this, and this, or you don't use it at all, and the teacher usually has like a little cubby for it at the side of the class and you put your phone in there.
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking at a picture. A lot of schools have like this, like canvas, like pouch device that it's on the wall, and they have all these little pouches, like 1 through 36. This is one of the examples, and they're all numbered, and the students have to put their cell phones in their numbered pouch when they walk into the class. Mel, thanks for the call. We appreciate it. One more on this before I have to make a personal revelation. I've got to take a test today, folks.
Uh-oh.
Personal revelation in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show. One more call. Jayla is in Lakeland. Jayla's a parent. Jayla, did your kid attack a teacher for taking the cell phone away?
Thank goodness, no. But I just feel like they shouldn't allow cell phones in school, period, because it causes an issue. And I agree with her about the age group and the grades because, I mean, that's when puberty's hitting and their feelings are all crazy. They don't know how to handle their anger. My son's 13, so I get it because he freaks out on a daily basis. But I don't think that it's necessary for the kids to have cell phones at school. Like, we didn't have cell phones at school and we did just fine.
Well, an argument has been made that kids having cell phones is important, especially if there's a school incident, to be able to call authorities, be able to reach their parents. So, listen, I think that in this day and age, when a kid is, for us, I thought that age-appropriate time for kids to have cell phones, I thought like 11 to 12. If you got a 6, 7-year-old kid, 8-year-old kid with a cell, I think that's way too young. Hey, thanks for the call, Jayla. Hey, Froggy, listen, your kids are, Max is what, 11?
11 and 9.
Does Max have a cell phone?
No.
All right, and but your 9-year-old has the latest iPhone 14 Pro, right?
Yeah, he has his own gaming computer, his own laptop. No, neither of them have a phone.
Okay, so your kids don't. And then Roxanne, your daughter, the Titanic-obsessed one, is 6, right?
Yes.
Does she have a cell phone yet?
Absolutely not. She asks for one. She knows she's not going to get one now, but she always asks me.
Does she want a wall crank phone like on the Titanic?
I want a jitterbug.
She always asks me.
Mommy, I want to get consumer cellular.
Only a landline for her.
Okay.
No, she wants one. She wants to know what age she's going to be able to have one. A lot of parents do if they don't want to get their child a cell phone, they'll do the Gab or the Gizmo. Are you guys familiar with those?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Gizmo?
that way.
What's that?
They can, it's like the watch. And then there's, you can monitor it, who they can text. And then it's most important for the parents to be able to track them.
All right, so I got something personal to talk about here quickly.
Ooh.
And I have to take a test this morning. And then I have to wait for the results. Then I got to find out, what the cost is going to be. So I got to get my blood drawn. So right after the show, I got to go to an office. And, my life insurance expired. I think I mentioned this, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so my life insurance expired on January 1st. And I've been kind of dragging my feet. I just, not intentionally. It's just been jammed.
Smart.
What?
Smart. Drag your feet on life insurance.
Yes. So
when anything can happen any day.
Well, you're kind of right. No, listen, I got jammed up and busy. A million things going on. We had, quite a bit of travel, just a lot of things. And listen, time got away from me. I mean, today is what? Today's Wednesday, June 14th, 2023. And it feels like New Year's Day was just a blink ago. The year is racing by. I can't believe the year's already half over. It's crazy. So my life insurance expired, and it was like a 10-year term. And I think I've talked about this. I had a $3 million life insurance policy. So $3 million. So if something happened to be, me, Michelle would get $3 million. And it expired. So right now I am not covered. But my life insurance for $3 million, the last term, it was like $2,400 a year. I mean, that's not bad. $2,400 for the year for $3 million in life insurance coverage. And this is kind of morbid, but with a lot of these policies, even if you off yourself,
Yeah.
It pays out.
Really?
Yeah, after like a curing period. It's like you can't jump off a bridge.
Like
Michelle, are you listening?
You can't get the policy and then do it the next day. I want to say it was like 2 years. That like after 2 years, that if you did decide to take yourself out, that the policy still paid, right? So right now I'm without insurance, so I got to go later on this morning to my life insurance agent's office, and they've got like a phlebotomist there, and I don't know, some.
You got to take a drug test, right?
I don't know. I know. I'm trying to remember the last time
I had to take one.
They do like a little mini physical. They do draw blood. They want to run your blood and see, if there's any signs of any,
meth. Make sure you're responsible.
They want to see if there are track marks on my arms. Well, just got to check between the toes. No, I'm kidding. So, but no, seriously, right after the show, I got to get a physical exam, but then I got to find out what the premium is going to be. Like, am I going to be in a category where you get the best rate? Are they going to come up with excuses? Like, one of the things, what really bugs them?
What?
You know what really bugs the life insurance folks?
What?
That I'm a scuba diver. I'm like, what?
Well, that's a hazard.
Well,
you're going to be eaten by a shark.
Well, all right. Here's
literally a man got eaten.
But here's the deal. I don't think I got dinged on it last time because they're like, "What's your deepest dive?" And blah, 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 blah. So, but last time around, I got $3 million life insurance. They knew I was a scuba diver. I'm an avid scuba diver, and I don't think $2,500 a year. I don't think I got dinged on that. But if I wasn't a scuba diver, it would have been a lot cheaper. But the question is now, what is my new premium? I'll share it. Hey, listen, folks, make a note of this. So my last 10-year policy for $3 million in life insurance coverage was like $2,475 or something. And now, 10 years later, getting a new policy, I'm a little curious what the new premium is going to be per year for the next 10-year term. Because, listen, if it's prohibitive, if it's ridiculous, I'm not going to do it. Listen, I talk about personal things on the show. Let me tell you what with my home insurance crap.
Oh, God.
And I know, what do you mean, oh, God?
I mean, you're having a home insurance problem, too?
Yes,
how many issues are you having?
Dude,
life insurance, home insurance. Will you become a responsible adult?
Listen, I'm not having insurance. Well, I'm having home insurance problems.
Oh God,
but dude, my life insurance policy just ran its 10-year term. It's not a problem. I got to apply for new insurance.
Now we got to wait, Michelle, for our plan.
And I got to see how badly I'm going to get dinged on the new premium. Because if it's out of whack, if it's crazy, I'm not going to do it.
So you're going to have no life insurance?
Well, if the premium is out of control, yeah, or maybe instead of $3 million, maybe I reduce it to I don't know, like $300 exactly. Yeah, so my wife will get paid out. It's one trip to Publix.
Yeah, good
but no, the other issue I'm having, and a lot of folks in Florida are in the same boat as me. My homeowner's insurance canceled me. The sons of bitches at AIG, they canceled me after 12 years. Canceled me because of the Hurricane Ian down in Naples and Fort Myers. They decide, we're cutting out the Florida exposure, so they canceled me. So then I had to go shopping. I mean, the insurance companies, that I've dealt with, they're shopping this stuff. So instead of having like a AAA insurance company, I'm saddled with like some kind of B-rated insurance company. If I have a claim, are they going to even be solvent? But then here's the other thing, as far as a premium being too high. So, yeah, my new homeowner's insurance premium is too high, but I need general liability and fire coverage, and I did get wind coverage, but it's not a cheap policy. But let me tell you what I didn't do, because I live on the water. I live on Tampa Bay, and I've always had excess flood insurance. You want to hear something nuts? This is absolutely crazy. So I have my underlying insurance, which is FEMA flood. So the regular FEMA flood, and many of our listeners know exactly what I'm talking about, the FEMA flood covers you up to $250,000 in flood damage. I have that. So you have to have that first, and then you can go get excess flood for a lot more money to cover the house. Storm surge, which is a big issue, obviously. Do you know, I don't have excess flood now.
Could you go through line by line what you do have and like each line in the policy?
You're being a wise ass right now. Listen, this is important.
I know.
Do you know how much...
my eyes glazed over. I'm sorry.
Do you know how much my excess flood quote was?
How much?
How much per year do you think they wanted for excess flood insurance for my house above the federal flood from, the FEMA flood?
$5.
All right,
Roxanne, that's not a real guess. Let me give you a real guess.
All right, give me a real guess.
$12.
You guys. $65,000.
Whoa, mama!
I had a quote for excess flood, the same amount I've carried on my house. Excess flood, $65,000 a year premium. So I said, I double-barreled that, and I'm doing it right now on MJTV.
Yeah.
I said no. So right now I'm without excess flood insurance. But it's not just me. I'm not looking for, woe is me, woe is me. There are many people, there are tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, in the state of Florida that are experiencing the same crap with me as far as homeowners insurance and then like excess flood, for instance. I mean, let me tell you another problem is that when I built my house, I'm in an A10 flood zone. So I had to build my first floor to at least 10 feet. The ground where I am on Tampa Bay, I'm at 6 feet. The natural grade is 6 feet above sea level or 6 feet elevation. So I had to build my house to 10. So when I designed my house, I said, okay, I got to do 10. I'm going to go a little better. So I built my first floor to 11 feet 3 inches. And then they reclassified us, and now we're A12. So I'm 9 inches below, and companies want to penalize me that I'm now negative. So why aren't homes like why aren't those grandfathered in? Why isn't it like new? There needs to be reform. I need the governor to worry about that. I need the Florida legislature to worry about that. Because that's just a pain in the ass. $65,000 for excess flood insurance. Yeah, screw that. We have some additional Wheel of Fortune news here on the MJ Morning Show. What is that announcer's name that sounds like this on Wheel of Fortune? What is the guy's name?
I don't know.
I don't know. Andrew, do you know?
Yes, Andrew, do you know the voiceover guy, the announcer on Wheel of Fortune, who sounds like this? When he goes to a restaurant, does he say, "Waiter, I'll have the Caesar salad"? All right, well, following up on the big news that Pat Sajak's going to retire after the next season, season 41, we have additional Wheel of Fortune news. And I know that, folks, you're on the edge of your seat. You were probably saying, when the hell is MJ going to stop talking about insurance and talk about the latest Wheel of Fortune news?
That's what I was saying to myself.
Exactly. I know you were. So the latest is, on the heels of Pat Sajak retiring after next season, here's a new update. Vanna White allegedly is fearing that she's going to be fired.
He was protecting her job.
With Pat Sajak's departure, the wheel could be a thing of the past for Vanna White.
Well, yeah, you want to bring in your own, what is she, a Turner? What is she labeled?
She's a hostess or something?
She doesn't host nothing. She doesn't even turn the things anymore. She looks at them and they turn.
Now, some big fans of Wheel, they want Vanna White to actually replace Pat. They want, I don't think that that's the gig for her. But then there's a rumor, there's a horrific rumor of who could replace Pat Sajak. There's a horrific rumor of who's in talks or has met with producers of Wheel of Fortune.
God.
All right, hang on.
Don't tell me.
Hold on. Hold on to that thought. Hang on. Hold on to that thought. But Vanna White, according to sources, is upset that when Pat Sajak leaves, that they're gonna boot her. They're gonna throw her off the show. There's also a report that Whoopi Goldberg wants to take over.
Oh, God.
Give me a break.
All right, so she could fart all over the wheel. All right, let's spin the...
It's Wheel of Fortune.
I mean, isn't she known for ripping them?
That's a good show. Wheel of Fortune. Hey, can I get the wheel spin, please? Oh, this.
And it's just like.
Oh, yeah. This.
Oh, whoopee.
Fortune!
I mean, was she named after the cushion?
The whoopee cushion.
I never tied that together.
All right.
I mean, she farts apparently all the time.
All right, this is enough, Froggy.
So she can't have that.
All right, Froggy, it's enough. All right, so who do you think? This would be an absolute horror show. I'm sorry. So, Froggy, when I said that there are rumors of who's possibly going to replace Pat Sajak on Wheel of Fortune, Froggy, you almost just had a conniption and a meltdown.
If you tell me.
If I tell you what?
That Ryan Seacrest might be the possible host, I will break something in the studio. I promise you. I swear to God, do not say it.
It's Ryan Seacrest.
Son of a bitch! I am so good!
Calm down. Don't break. Oh, my God.
I told you. Don't say it.
Who's coughing?
Don't say it. I don't know.
Who's coughing?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Froggy just smashed a ceramic coffee mug on the floor.
I can't take him anymore.
It's Fester's coffee cup.
Was that Fester's?
Yeah.
Sorry, Fester. It was sitting there. The only thing I could break. I can't take it.
Yes, there are.
Stop.
There are rumors that Ryan Seacrest, the most mediocre man in any type of broadcasting, whether it's radio or television, there are rumors that Ryan freaking Seacrest is in talks to potentially replace Pat Sajak on Wheel of Fortune.
You know, there's other people out there.
Man, did you hear that crashing? Dude, you smashed a mug to 10,000 pieces.
I know, not going to clean that up, but I can't take it anymore. It's too much. Did this guy sell his soul to the devil at some point? What's happening? Is he in a cult?
Yeah. Has he been
Does he have,
cloned?
like, videos of all these executives? Like, how is this happening?
Yeah, I find the guy to be remarkably mediocre. And listen, some will say, oh, MJ, you're just jealous of Ryan Seacrest. First of all, I'm never jealous of anything. In my career,
Who would want to work as hard as him? He's insane. He has no family. He has no life. Who wants to be him?
Well, listen,
he has great hair.
I just never thought that he was, radio-wise, I always thought he was just a mediocre radio personality.
Well, I blame the executives who put him in those positions. Like, that's a very unoriginal choice. Like, oh, who should we get? Who should we get?
Listen, with American Idol.
Ryan Seacrest? Okay, perfect.
Yeah. American Idol, he lucked out. I mean, he fell into that gig, and he lucked out. It was just the lottery win of a lifetime. And
then he's gotten 700 jobs since then. I mean, he's got a radio show. He's the new Dick Clark. He's the new Casey Kasem.
Exactly. And listen, can Ryan Seacrest hold a candle to Casey Kasem doing American Top 40?
And he's still doing it.
He's
been doing it for like 20 years.
Know. Hi, I'm Casey Kasem. I'm rolling over in my grave because Ryan Seacrest is my replacement. How the hell did that happen? Now back to the countdown.
He's becoming like the guy who replaces legends. Like, it's like when they replaced Bob Barker. It was cool that they got Drew Carey, even though he's kind of boring. But it was cool they got him.
Listen, let's be honest here. I have nothing against Drew Carey.
It's kind of boring.
I like Drew Carey, but The Price is Right is a shadow of its former self.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even close. They should have just shut The Price is Right down. Just burn it to the ground. I mean, after Bob Barker retired, they say, oh, no one's irreplaceable.
Some people are.
I'm sorry. Bob Barker, after him, who could have filled those shoes? I mean, when I turn on The Price is Right with Drew Carey, it's like I'm watching like something like in slow motion. It just doesn't even have the same like pizzazz, entertainment value. It doesn't have the same gravitas. It's just not even close.
Why can't you get somebody like Wayne Brady to host Wheel of Fortune? Or
hey, if Jamie Foxx ever pops out of his coma, whatever's going on there.
Stroked out Jamie Foxx would be better than Ryan Seacrest.
That's insensitive, man.
It is. I'm sorry.
All right, but Froggy, I'm sorry to upset you, but yes, apparently Ryan Seacrest is a possibility to replace.
He just can't. Doesn't he do Kelly and Ripa?
Pat Sajak. No,
he got booted from that. Well, I don't think he got booted. I think there's a conflict there,
who
right?
the heck
Can
knows?
that guy not have a job for a week?
Who the heck knows? You know, he does a radio show in L.A. He phones that in every morning. You know,
He does mornings in L.A.
I don't know.
That's enough.
Yeah. Anyway, so
He's no Rick Dees, I'll tell you. Quack, quack.
8:45 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. All right, when we get back, we're not far away from the 9 o'clock hour, so we're giving away Foreigner tickets and Loverboy tickets. So Foreigner and Loverboy going to be at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater on July 9th. We've got some tickets. You can win them in the next hour. Also, we've got the big 9:10 story coming up. Must hear, don't miss, big story coming up at 9:10. We do that every day now. The Gotta Hear story, 9:10. It's on the way. Oh, Froggy, I've got a follow-up to the Peloton issue, which, by the way, your wife has just thumbed her nose at the Peloton recall. Oh, do you guys get the replacement seat?
No.
So, yeah, and your wife is still just pedaling away like a maniac on that thing, right?
Every day.
All right, there's a Peloton update. This is obnoxious. Oh, and alcohol. We have another, like, neck-snapping whiplash alcohol series here. Good, bad, good, bad. I've got 2 stories in one day, one good, one bad, regarding alcohol. I mean, what gives? All right, hang on. That's just scratching the surface. We're going into another long chunk of a must-hear MJ Morning Show segment next. And we're back in minutes on Q105. or Delilah's diarrhea.
Oh, Delilah. You might want to change up your,
all right, it's
staples.
It's the. Can we get some up-tempo damn songs in here, please?
That was a little too romantic.
Someone get Don on the phone. All right. MJ Morning Show at 8:58, Q105.
Fall asleep over here.
MJ and the crew. Fester, I'm sure, is enjoying his vacation. We called him yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Seemed to be having a good time.
Yeah, he was in the truth booth for a while.
Yeah. Listen, we miss Fester.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, his grumpiness. We miss Fester. Hey, quickly, before I get into the Peloton issue and then the alcohol issue, here on the MJ Morning Show. Oh, we're a minute away from beginning the 9 o'clock hour, minute and 20 seconds mark from starting 9 o'clock hour. So that means the ticket window officially opens. Your chance to win Foreigner and Loverboy tickets could happen anytime in the 9 o'clock hour. Listen up. Also, our big 9-10 item, big story, must hear 9-10 item coming up in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. And I'll tell you right now, it is a celebrity item.
Ooh.
Oh, a celebrity calling out an organization and telling them to. All right, you got to hear this. This is crazy. So it's coming up in a bit. Hey, Froggy.
Sir.
This is actually very complimentary of you.
Ooh, I like a good compliment.
Miss Seattle, that's her handle on Instagram, Miss Seattle. She says, I was at the gym on the elliptical and almost fell off because I was laughing so hard at Hal Hermann's return.
Oh,
so
well, thank you.
Look at that.
It was a special day.
Miss Seattle, who I'm looking at her little profile picture right now, very attractive, could be Miss Seattle.
Let me see.
Could be Miss Thenotisassa as well. Here we go.
Seattle's a very depressing place.
It is. Very rainy and all kinds of issues. And
oh, well, look at you.
Yeah, look at that. Thank you,
lovely.
Miss Seattle.
Thank you, Miss Seattle.
So
I appreciate the compliment.
I hope she didn't injure herself falling off of the elliptical at the gym by laughing at Hal Hermann's return yesterday.
At least she wasn't on a Peloton, huh?
Well, listen, perfect segue because...
Thank you. That's what I'm here for.
Well, I was going to do that anyway.
Yeah, but I said it, so I just set you up perfectly.
Well, thank you. So Peloton, you want to hear something obnoxious?
Yes.
So if you're a regular MJ Morning Show listener, you know that Froggy's wife has a Peloton. Her Peloton is under recall for the defective seat, which could snap off like a twig and send her hurling through like a sliding glass window or something, a door. So, and then they have to call WeatherTight. You realize that?
Yeah, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah. Hey, we got the hookup, man. I'll tell you what, if your wife flies off the Peloton and goes flying through the sliding glass door, boom, I get WeatherTight Mike on the phone. They're out there fixing that.
I'll bring the cookies.
And make sure you have some chocolate chip cookies for Mike when he shows up. All right, WeatherTight Windows, another great sponsor here on the MJ Morning Show. All right, so here's the deal, and this is obnoxious. Peloton recalled like 2 million bikes because of a seat problem, and there were something like 13 injuries, I think some broken bones, a couple had to be hospitalized, where the seat came off, and it's like flung. It was crazy. You know, you don't expect your seat to come off on a Peloton.
No.
So there have been some injuries. So you have to get a hold of Peloton. They'll send you a new seat for you to install. But in the meantime, remember, they had messages that popped up on the screen. People got emails. It was like, get off the bike. Get off the bike. It's going to kill you. Get off. There was like a do not use order for the Peloton. All right, so what's obnoxious? Well, probably waiting for your new seat, and you're probably, going to you're going to fall out of shape. You're going to blimp right up because you can't go on your Peloton, right? But your wife, Froggy,
yes,
she just ignored it. She's just tempting fate. She looked at that Peloton seat and said, I'm not getting off you. I'm not quitting you.
She can't quit.
You want to throw me through our window? That's fine.
That's dedication.
But here's what's obnoxious. This is why I'm doing the update here. Peloton told their customers, stop using the bike. And then told the customers, but you got to keep paying for your subscription. What?
Huh?
What the? Wait a minute. If they say, get off your bike, don't use our Peloton, and it's going to take a while for us to get you the replacement seat. I mean, 2.2 million seats. 2.2 million bikes are affected here. Can you imagine? How can they force you to keep paying for your monthly subscription so you can watch Snazzy Jack lead the class in Manhattan or whatever the hell it is.
Snazzy Jack thinks he's so hot.
With his bike shorts on.
Yeah.
And his mohawk.
There are some hot instructors there. That's
and
for
his
sure.
ascot.
His ascot and monocle.
Mr.
Very creative.
Mr. Peanut with a mohawk. All right. But is that obnoxious? Stop using our bike, but we're going to still charge you the monthly subscription fee. No, they ought to suspend that while you're waiting to get the part to get safely back on your Peloton. They ought to suspend the monthly fee.
Definitely. That seems like it's it doesn't seem legal to me. It seems like it might be a
not cool
situation. Like you said, yes.
It's a not cool situation. All right, who's ready for a Netflix restaurant?
Me, oh me.
How does that work?
Wait, what? A Netflix restaurant?
You heard me right. You heard me correctly.
Is that when you watch Netflix and eat in bed?
No. Netflix is going to open up a restaurant.
Netflix and grill?
Yeah. No, I'm serious. I'm not making this up. They're gonna do a Netflix like a pop-up, right? So what happens? Yes, I'd like to place an order, please. Yes, I would like the cheeseburger, please.
Is that how all the servers talk?
Yeah, and I'd like an order of fries with that.
All right, I would leave.
So that's the waiters. They only communicate this way. Servers, yeah. No, seriously, this is a real deal. Netflix is going to launch a pop-up restaurant in L.A. at the end of the month. It looks like June 30th. It's going to be called Netflix Bites.
How can they not call it Netflix and Grill? Stupid.
Or Netflix Blows. I mean, when you think of bites.
I don't think Netflix Blows is that good.
No, when you.
I'm not sure they should go with that.
No, listen to me.
Oh.
When you hear the name Netflix Bites, that's the name of the restaurant. It's going to be Netflix Bites.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, that was sort of an expression that was like, "Oh man, that bites."
Yeah, I still use it.
Is that still used? That bites?
Yeah.
I think it should just be Netflix and chill, and they just serve like chilled seafood towers, chilled cocktails.
A $200 chilled seafood tower?
Yeah. Everything has a chill theme.
Yeah. So Netflix is going to be bringing in some participating chefs. Curtis Stone, Ming Tsai, Andrew Zimmern of Iron Chef Quest for the Iron Legend.
Andrew Zimmern. I like him. He's good.
Dominique Kren of The Chef's Table.
He sucks.
Iron Chef. Let's see, Rodney Scott and Ann Kim.
Oh my God, I love them.
So they're opening up this pop-up. Netflix Bites is going to be open 7 days a week from 5 to 10 p.m. There'll be additional brunch service on weekends. It'll be on Fairfax Avenue in Los Angeles.
This sounds dumb.
Yeah, so Fairfax 115. That's going to be Fairfax and like Beverly Boulevard area.
L.A. is.
That sounds like it sounds like it's right near the like the CBS Television City over there, near the Farmers Market back there.
What are they going to serve? Like,
I don't have a menu yet, but the pop-up is an extension of their, I guess, push into retail. You know, they have the Stranger Things store. They have the Stranger Things pop-up stores around the country. We waited in line.
Ew.
Yeah, in Paris. You know, when we were in Paris last summer to visit Chloe when she was doing a class, and the Julian had to go to and it was such a disappointment. Hang on, let me see who's available. Man, he was so let down.
Hey, well, you called Julian. Can we talk about your air fryer thing? Did we talk about that?
What? Whoa, I haven't heard a busy signal in a while.
Why the hell's my kid's phone busy?
You dialed something incorrectly.
No, I didn't. I even looked at the digital display. Looked fine to me.
Come on, bruh.
Come on, bruh. Yeah, so we went to the Netflix Stranger Things pop-up store, and Julian had to go. And there was a huge line, and then we actually went online. We made a reservation for like 4 days later in Paris. And then we still had to wait in line. Once we even had a reservation, we had to wait in line when we got there. And then we get inside, and it was like, it would have been more fun like climbing into the recycle bin in my driveway.
What do they have?
Hey,
Oh, jeez. Come on, Julian, pick up the phone.
Did they have the blanket with the alphabet on it?
They had like just all kinds of merch. It was like just like Stranger Things, like retro.
Funko Pops?
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it was just dull. It's like we waited in line for this, and then Julian was like, "Yeah, that sucked."
Sorry,
You know,
guys.
so I mean, I hate it. You know, it's terrible when your kids are really looking forward to something, and it's consuming them, and they can't wait. They're dying, to go to something, and then it's a letdown. But I guess that's part of life. It's a life lesson.
Yeah, it's true.
The kids have to be disappointed at
Yeah.
times.
So, listen, disappointment is a part of life.
So true. So true.
And that was the disappointment that Julian had with the Netflix Stranger Things pop-up. So now the restaurant's going to be in L.A. I don't see any other plans for any pop-ups in other cities. But
what a dumb idea.
But I'm guessing they're just going to annoy the crap out of their diners with. It's just going to be on loop. That's going to be on a repeat on a speaker, just nonstop to the point where you want to throw yourself into traffic.
I already do.
All right, we got to get into. I got the alcohol story coming up, but first the big item here, the big story, the must-hear story at 9:10. I forgot about it on Monday, right?
You forgot yesterday as well.
No, I did it yesterday.
You did it yesterday. That's right.
I forgot Monday's
Okay.
big. I was 2 minutes late yesterday.
That's right.
And looking right now, I'm 40 seconds early. All right?
Good for you. You made up for it.
Well, I actually know with the delay, it is now exactly 9:10. Did you hear about this little altercation that the Pete Davidson got in with PETA?
I saw that headline. I did not delve into
Oh,
it.
this is racy.
PETA Davidson?
So Pete Davidson
Yeah.
has got an issue with PETA. He told Pete Davidson, a Saturday Night Live alum with the raccoon eyes and everything, and that spate of dating like half the hottest women on the planet, all within a 3-month period. Pete Davidson told PETA, and of course, Frog, you know what PETA stands for, right?
Yeah, it's the bread company. No, it's people involved with the treatment of animals or something.
Involved.
Ethical treatment, maybe?
Yeah.
People for the ethical treatment of animals?
Yes.
Yes.
People for the excellent treatment of animals?
Ethical. Man, you're all confusing me. I forgot what it is now. People for the ethical treatment of animals.
There you go.
All right. So Pete Davidson told PETA to bleep my bleep.
And we know it's quite a task.
No, we don't know that.
Well, rumors.
No, we don't. I'm not going with rumors. All right, so Pete Davidson told PETA to bleep my bleep. Why? Because PETA flipped out that he went to a dog store to get a puppy.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Those puppies need love, too. What the hell was that?
It was like I was
puppy sound.
I was trying to hold back a cough.
Well, it's disgusting. Don't do it again. I'm going to vomit.
It sounded like a little puppy.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
It's a little squeak over here. So Pete Davidson, who's 29 years old, he told the organization PETA to bleep my bleep after the senior vice president of cruelty investigations, Daphna Nachimintovich, expressed extreme disappointment that Pete Davidson went to a puppy store to get a dog rather than adopt an animal from a shelter.
Aww.
And so PETA goes on the attack against Pete Davidson. And Pete Davidson said, bleep my bleep, PETA.
That's it.
Listen to this. So here's what happened. Pete Davidson says, quote, my mom's bleeping dog, who is 2 years old, died a week before. So we're all so sad. So I had to get a specific dog, he said in a voicemail to Nachminovich.
Okay.
So he was just not happy. Turns out that he's severely allergic to dogs, and that's why he had to get a Cavapoo.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Which is a...
You tell me.
Poodle combined with a cava? What's the cava part?
With coffee? Weird.
It's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, those are expensive.
And a poodle. Hang on a minute.
Oh,
yeah.
they're
I forgot. I had
adorable.
hang on. I had the cava. I forgot the poo.
You forgot the poo. Let me tell you, I'm looking at a picture.
Sorry
of
for
one right
dropping
now.
the poo.
They're cute.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Because I guess what is the term? Hypoallergenic, right?
Yes.
So he needed a hypoallergenic dog. Mom's dog died. They needed a specific dog. So they had to have a cavapoo. I'm guessing when you go to the shelter, there's not a whole row of cavapoos.
No, wouldn't imagine so. But there's a lot of great dogs.
Listen, and I am a proponent. Yeah. If a shelter dog is right for you, please go to a shelter. Hey, we had a story, last week. The Hillsborough County Animal Shelter is overflowing at the rim. All right, they're like jammed up.
Yeah, they are.
So they're looking for people to adopt. Listen, if an adopted dog is right for you, and there are plenty of people listening, there are plenty of people in the Tampa Bay area where an adopted pet is perfect for the family. If it works for you, absolutely, I condone going to a local shelter. Whatever county it is, wherever you live, go to the local shelter. If you can adopt a dog, I think that is fantastic. And make a dog happy. Put some joy into a dog's life that's in a cage at the shelter right now.
We always do Q105 Pet of the Week, my Pet of the Week at the Humane Society of Tampa Bay. You can always go get it on Friday.
There you go. Look at that. But in this case, they needed a cavapoo, and I don't think many shelters have these, designer Franken dogs. So he went there, and then PETA flips out. PETA, they go after Pete Davidson. Oh, he went to a pet store he should have adopted. And then Pete Davidson is, not one to hold his tongue, and he told PETA to bleep him a bleep.
And you know what they came back with?
Yeah, I know. If you want to say it, go ahead.
They came back with there's no such thing as a hypoallergenic dog. I disagree with that.
Good comeback.
I have certainly heard from many people that there are. I know people that are
Those
allergic.
doodles are.
Yeah, the doodles are.
Right. I've heard people that are allergic to other dogs. They get rashes, they get hives, they get whatever. And there are certain breeds that it doesn't occur. So obviously there's something that's working for them.
I'm the opposite. If I get around a doodle, I projectile vomit immediately.
So Pete Davidson says, quote, "Why don't you do your research before you bleeping create news stories for people because you're boring?"
Pete.
Bleeping boring, by the way.
Yeah. So, he left this voicemail. We can, I guess we can play the voicemail if you want to hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So Pete Davidson left a voicemail for PETA. All right, we had to bleep out the bad words, obviously. So TMZ got a hold of the voicemail that Pete Davidson left for PETA. All right, here it is. Roll it.
Hi, my name's Pete Davidson. This message is for Daphna, thank you so much for making comments publicly that I didn't adopt a dog. I just want to let you know I'm severely allergic to dogs, so I have to get a specific breed. I'm only not allergic to cavapoos and those type of dogs. And my mom's dog, who was 2 years old, died a week prior, and we're all so sad, so I had to get a specific dog. So why don't you do your research before you create news stories for people, because you're a boring, tired you and my
end this message.
I love him.
Yeah, I'm kind of attracted to all of that, except for I never really hear his voice. Like when I watch him on Saturday Night Live, I'm taking him in visually. I don't know that I love his voice so much, but I do love what he said.
That's really good.
Why would he even waste the time calling him, though,
Daphna. I mean, it just sounds like she's a pain in the ass. Daphna Nacheminovic from PETA.
Nacheminovic.
So, he didn't mince any words there. I got to be honest, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I sort of like
good,
the guy.
Good for Pete Davidson for putting PETA in their place. Listen, I love animals. I am absolutely against cruelty to animals. I abhor cruelty to animals.
Well, yeah, of course.
I am outspoken. Please, if you can adopt a dog from a shelter, do so. But to then call Pete Davidson on the carpet, that's BS. And good for Pete Davidson for letting PETA have it. I got to hear that again. Hey, Andrew, can you play it one more time? And you can hear the bleep my bleep and all that. And, well, it's we did bleep it, obviously. All right, one more time. Roll that one more time.
Hi, my name's Pete Davidson. This message is for Daphne, the C. Thank you so much for making comments publicly that I didn't adopt a dog. I just want to let you know I'm severely allergic to dogs, so I have to get a specific breed. I'm only not allergic to Cavapoos and those type of dogs. And my mom's dog, who was 2 years old, died a week prior, and we're all so sad, so I had to get a specific dog. So why don't you do your research before you create news stories for people, because you're a boring, tired you and my
End of message.
He left out one word.
That's fantastic.
My goodness.
What word did he leave out, Roxanne?
In the last sentence, he left out one descriptive word.
What would that be?
Big.
Oh.
You know, Roxanne, are you referring to us?
Bleep my big bleep?
Isn't that what the rumor is?
Nah, I think so. I think he's got a third leg.
Guys, stop, please. All right, 9:19 at the MJ Morning Show, man. That's the funniest. That's the best thing I've heard in a long time from Pete Davidson. I told you, listen, the must-hear story at 9:10.
That was a good one.
Yeah, here on the MJ Morning Show. All right, I got the alcohol whiplash stuff when we get back. So the minute we get back, alcohol whiplash, one day, 2 different stories about alcohol. It's like, come on, give me a break already. And then also, we have the tickets to give away momentarily. It's Foreigner and Lover Boy. Foreigner, Lover Boy at the Amp. And it's going to be July 9th, and we've got free tickets for you coming up in minutes right after the break. We'll tell you exactly when to call in here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. So a lot of stuff in the final chunk of the show. Don't move. Hey, if you'd like a free... Exactly want to call in. All right, finishing up here with my phenomenal pile of MJ Morning Show prep here. The alcohol, good, bad, getting jerked around like I've got whiplash. It feels like I'm tied to a rope. I'm being yanked by two tug-of-war teams here. I mean, what the heck? So yesterday, 2 stories about alcohol. One good, one bad. All right, you ready for the bad one? First of all...
Yeah, let's get the bad one out of the way.
Yeah. Any amount of alcohol could increase the risk of developing at least one or more than 60 diseases. What?
Well, that's
60?
Kind of
This is according to new research published from the journal Nature Medicine. Oxford University researchers, they studied the effects of alcohol on men, finding that even occasional drinkers were at a higher risk for certain conditions, including more than 30 illnesses that were not previously linked to alcohol.
Like what?
Alcohol consumption is adversely related to a much wider range of disease than had been previously established. And our findings show these associations are likely to be causal. 512,000 study participants, 41% men, the rest were women. Among the male drinkers, 62% reported drinking daily, 37% confessed to engaging in heavy drinking, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, of 28 ailments already tied to drinking, esophageal cancer, liver disease, diabetes, remaining 33 had not been established as drinking-related illnesses.
Jeez.
I got to tell you guys something. So,
Well, you're drinking right now?
Yeah. No, I remember I told you guys that at Christmas time I got Doug
Blackout drunk?
No. I got him a gift of like analyzing his blood work and telling what he could.
Like 23andMe?
No.
Oh,
Nothing
not
like
genealogical.
That. No, not genealogical. Although
I
it did look at some mutations. But
So it was the health-related blood test.
The health-related blood test. I think I sent it to Michelle.
It's like, would you do the Theranos thing?
No, it wasn't that. But
that Elizabeth Wacko lady that's in federal prison.
Yes.
What?
No. Oh, then we're talking about someone different.
Huh?
Theranos. Okay, now I know who you're talking about. Never mind.
I'm talking about that Elizabeth, that creepy woman that faked it. That and even like Walgreens got hoodwinked for like $90 million or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the Theranos lady, she had that alleged magic box that all they had to do was prick your finger, take one drop of blood, and you got like a full workup from one little drop of blood, and the whole damn thing was fabricated. It was all just like a big giant box of lies.
Yeah, no, it was not this. It was quite the opposite.
And she just started her prison term, by the way. I think she's doing like 10 or 12 years in federal prison.
I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, thank you.
But they had to take like a gallon of blood from him. But one of the things, and I read the report as soon as it came in.
If they took a gallon of blood, he would have passed out. He'd need a blood transfusion.
Doug's words, I've never had to give that much blood. Okay, so I got his reports. I analyzed them. I told him what I thought they meant. Just last week, we actually talked to the real doctor to hear what it all meant.
Wait a minute. You had this done at Christmas time?
Yes.
And you're just talking
in
to
June.
a doctor getting results in June?
We got the reports, but we didn't talk to a doctor until last week.
Did you read the report?
Yeah, I read everything, and I explained most of what I looked at. I had already explained.
Did it talk about Doug's baldness?
No, it did not. It did not explain that.
Okay.
But the point is, one of the things on here, and I told him, I said they highlighted malt. That malt is not good for him. That it causes inflammation. And I said
malt.
Yes. And what is malt?
Like malt is in beer. Or if I want to go down to the soda shop and see the soda jerk and I want to get a vanilla malt.
Please, give me a malt.
And what else is malt in?
What?
Malted milk balls?
White Claws. And I made the doctor tell us. I was like, just to be clear on this malt. What do you
that's
think's
I'm sure Doug loved Zimas when they were around, right?
No, I don't know.
What was that clear?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Remember, and it had like a fluted bottle. Remember Zima?
We have a bottle of Reuniti. You want to take that to him?
Is Zima still around?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Zima. Remember Zima?
Yeah, vaguely.
All right.
But anyways, he's not allowed to have White Claws per this report, and I made the doctor repeat it like 3 times.
And how many cases of White Claws are in your garage right now?
Oh, it made no effect on his lifestyle. He's not backing down.
Oh,
on his White Claws.
so it says don't have malt beverages?
Yes, and he
is still chugging White Claws?
Yes.
Listen, man, YOLO, all right?
So I'm sending him with you to get your life insurance policy.
What?
Your life insurance policy?
Yeah.
He needs to get one of those if he's going to keep drinking his White
Does
Claws.
Doug have a life insurance policy?
No, we don't believe in that. How can you replace something happens to me? Like, really? What are you going to do? Money's not going to replace me.
But the life insurance policy, it's to replace the income that could be lost.
I don't make that much money. Who cares?
Hey,
all right, so you want me to cancel my life insurance blood test later this morning?
Interesting perspective.
Let me call up Stu and tell him Roxanne says cancel.
Cancel.
Yeah, cancel.
Don't think about death. Just live.
Yeah. All right, so where were we? Oh, what else?
So let's go to so anyways, he's not allowed to drink White Claw, and you know how he feels about White Claw. And
he's addicted. He guzzles White Claw like it's just like water after he runs a 10K.
Right, exactly. So it's anyways, under the category of alcohol that is bad for you, you need to see what alcohol is specifically bad for you. Like wine is good for him, but he won't get back on the wine train.
Why won't he get back on a great glass of red wine? Resveratrol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
So why is it good for you?
All right, well, we just finished the story about drinking is bad for you, and it's linked to 60 damn diseases.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. Now listen to the same day, whole different story. A drink a day could keep heart attacks away, according to the American College of Cardiology.
So do you want the 60 potential diseases, or do you want to keep the heart attack away?
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. A new study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology revealed that light to moderate alcohol consumption can lead to long-term reduction in the brain stress activity, ultimately lowering the risk of heart disease. What the hell? Story 1, alcohol gives you 60 potential diseases and links to those diseases. And now I got the American College of Cardiology saying, yeah, have some drinks. It's good for your brain, good for your heart. The more you drink, the more you...
You know what the answer to that question is? Is alcohol good for you? It's whatever you want it to be.
Jeez.
It's, in moderation.
Look at you. Aren't you an optimist?
And then there was one other item here Americans are drinking as much alcohol these days as they did in the Civil War days. So I believe that the pandemic, I believe COVID kind of jacked up the alcohol consumption levels in this country.
For sure.
Yeah. So, Americans are drinking more wine, 50% more per person since 1995. The average American drinks 60% more hard liquor now than in the mid-1990s. That's significant. The average American drinks 60% more hard liquor now than the mid-1990s. And also, red wine is up as well.
I just drink white wine now. I gave up the liquor.
You and your yellowtail from 7-Eleven?
That's right, baby. 2 for $1. $7.99.
There you go. All right, who wants to win some tickets right now? Who wants to go see Foreigner and Loverboy? Let's go with caller number. Let's go with caller number 45. Caller 45. You go see Loverboy and Foreigner. It's going to be at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. It's going to be July 9. And if you're the 45th caller right now at 800-990-1047, boom, you're going to see the concert. So free tickets right now. Caller 45, 800-990-1047. Caller 45, 800-990-1047. Good luck from the MJ Morning Show. We'll take the call live. Yesterday's winner was fantastic. Wasn't she great?
Yeah, she was.
Was it Diane yesterday, I think? Yeah, she was. Listen.
She was on her way to the acupuncturist.
Yeah, that's right. And listen, the winner that's going to be caller 45 right now, if you're not as good as Diane, I'm going to hang up on you. And I'm going to give the tickets to caller 46. No, I'm kidding.
That'd be good.
Yeah, caller 45, even if you're if you have the personality of peanut butter, you still win the tickets. But no, try to be exciting. It's always great to take a great call. All right, while we wait for caller 45, a couple of things here. Roxanne, you sent me this story about Kanye West's party and the naked women.
Yeah, I have to admit, I didn't read the story.
Okay.
I just read the headline, and then I saw a photo in the story of a nude woman lying on a table.
I think it was an autopsy table, actually.
Okay.
And her body was covered in sushi.
Yes.
But
it wasn't touching her privates. There was like a, it wasn't a napkin, but some kind of serving thing that the sushi was on top of her private.
The way you sent this to me and your comment on the story, is this the first time you've ever heard of the body art sushi display? Had you not heard? This has been around for a while. Had you never heard of this?
No.
I've been to a party where one was.
Really?
No, hold on a minute. And listen, I'm not chastising you, but had you never heard of sushi being served on women's bodies?
I guess I just fell off a turnip truck.
No, this, for all you, we talked about this, 15 years? This is a long time coming. This has been happening for a while, and I was just kind of curious if I was you had never heard of this phenomenon. I don't think it happens often, but it does happen. And Kanye West had some kind of was it a 46th birthday party or something? And one of the events was female models had sushi prepared by sushi chefs, and people would just pick the sushi off the women's bodies. They were lying down on, I think they were on like metal autopsy tables, which is pretty creepy. So, all right, Andrew's got the caller 44, so I now select live on the air caller 45, and I say hello to... Good morning, who's this?
Aaron.
Aaron? This is MJ. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Oh, good, I think.
Aaron, you're caller 45. That means you win. You're going to see Foreigner and Loverboy at the amphitheater on July 9th.
Oh, my God. Woo!
Aaron, where are you calling from?
Brandon.
Fantastic. Are you a 33511 by any chance?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Love the 33511. All right. So, Aaron, congratulations. Yeah, you're going to the amp. It's not a bad drive for you. You're pretty close, actually. So don't make plans. Don't make plans for July 9th because you're going to see Foreigner and Loverboy, okay?
Woohoo!
Congratulations, Aaron. Hold the phone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to the MJ Morning Show. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, hold on. Andrew's going to pick up the phone, give you all the information, enjoy the concert, and thanks for listening.
Thank you.
All right, fantastic. Another excited winner. Yeah, let me pick up caller 46. Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. You're caller 46!
Killing me, MJ.
That's not cool.
Oh, man, yeah.
No, not cool at all. That's okay. At least I got through.
Yeah, I just gave the tickets to Aaron and Brandon. And, you're 46. Listen, sometimes we play. So what's your name and where you calling from?
Bill from Spring Hill.
Hey, Bill from Spring Hill. Listen, I really appreciate you listening. We'll do Foreigner tickets and Loverboy tickets again tomorrow morning, okay?
You got it. I'll be listening.
All right, buddy. I'm sorry I couldn't give them to you. 46. Should we get?
It's all good.
Hang on. I got a roll of blue painter's tape back here. Would you like that?
I paint on the side, but no, I don't need it.
Okay. Hey, do you like the blue tape or you like the green frog tape? What's better?
The blue tape's better than the green, but I use regular masking tape as long as you take it off right away.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you, buddy. Have a great day.
Take care. Bye.
All right. I think that's it. I'm just trying to see what else there was. Amy Schumer, final.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see this?
I did.
Amy Schumer is going after Alec Baldwin and Ilaria.
No.
Really?
You're not a huge Amy Schumer fan,
I'm
am I
not.
correct?
I'm not.
So then I was I saw this story and I'm like, okay, MJ is going to align with someone that he doesn't really like.
Yeah. Hey, Alec, what do you think? Do you like Amy Schumer?
No.
Yeah, here's the deal. Final item on the MJ Morning Show today. Amy Schumer calls Ilaria a sociopath.
She's right.
Wow. So, Amy Schumer's got a new Netflix special called Emergency Contact, and it's now streaming on Netflix. And she declares liposuction to be the laziest thing she's ever done. She goes after, body fillers and this, talks about her looks, so some self-deprecating humor. Then she starts joking about Alec and Ilaria Baldwin toward the end of the 51-minute special. Do you guys know who Ilaria Baldwin is? I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry. She's adopting a Spanish accent. I just can't wrap my head around this story. And then just, essentially, calls her a sociopath. And so I'm not trying to bully a sociopath. I have a point. Anyway, she tears Ilaria Baldwin, the phony Spaniard. She was born in freaking Massachusetts, and she pretends like she was born in España.
Yes, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Yeah. How do you say cucumber? ¿Cómo se dice cucumber in English? Cucumber. All right, folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the Wednesday edition of the MJ Morning Show. I'm off to get my life insurance blood test and whatever the hell they're going to probe me with. So I'll see you tomorrow with a full update. My email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. Folks, have a safe one and do me a favor. Let's be careful out there.